The Wild Wild West.
Hi, we're here interviewing black Republicans. Lemaire, what's it like being a black Republican now?
I haven't fully committed to Republicanism.
Yeah.
I haven't completely committed.
What are your policies so far?
You know, I hate when they kill babies. I hate that.
Oh, you hate abortion?
That's your main issue?
And I think we should keep people out. I know you're here, but we should keep people out, dude.
My mom's visiting. Her and her friend were out. They were out drinking wine last night. And I got to overhear my mom and her friend discussing Israel-Palestine last night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I was just trying to play a video game, and my mom was like, well, they started it, and this is war. So I was sitting there like, pausing the game, like, Mom, what do you know about Israel-Palestine? She's like, well, I know that.
Yeah, it was so funny to watch how you and your mom like with each other. It's really funny.
Yeah.
She's just trying to be nice. You're like, Mom, does that really make sense?
I do. I need to stop being a brat to my mom.
Yeah, you got to be good to your mom. Man.
I know, and
Rule
I'm
number
such
one.
look, I'm being good. On paper, I'm very good to her.
What do you mean?
Like, I'll buy her stuff.
That's good.
You got
then
it.
Off paper, though, you're a fucking demon.
In person, people are like, oh, man. This guy's kind of mean to his mom. I don't know why I treat her, not badly, but like when she makes you know how this isn't good. She'll make up stories like in groups to try to like sound funny.
Like embarrassing stories about you.
She'll
from
toss into
childhood.
embarrassing stories.
What's an example?
Last night she almost did it. Yesterday at the table, I heard she was hitting me with the fucking "Here It Comes."
Yeah.
Because in like when I was a kid, I'll be honest, third grade, I sharted at the end of the day. And I made it the whole way home I escaped. No one caught me.
How much poop was?
It was enough that it smelled.
What time?
In the classroom. It smelled.
So did your friends realize that you
Waiting for the bus. I shit in the classroom when they were calling the buses. I shit my pants. Got home, stunk the bus up. I was like,
Jesus.
oh, this stinks. Who did that? and then I got home, and at dinner, they were like, how was your day? And I was like, it was messy. I said it was messy.
You didn't elaborate.
And then I was like, I shit my pants. But the joke is that, how was your day? It was messy.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we were sitting outside and I heard her. She was like, how was your day? Was it messy? And I was like, don't me shitting my pants right now. So I'll give her that. That was a good one.
She was telling us the other day how she tried her hardest not to make you feel. She was like, I used to read him books. I used to read him stories, but he just...
Try to not make me my father?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He was like, but then
Jesus,
he just started
that's
turning
dark.
into
See,
Phil.
that's what I mean. She says wild shit like that.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
She loves Phil.
She
Like, it's not like they're divorced.
No.
And they've never had a problem.
No, she loves Phil so much.
Yeah, Phil's the best. Yeah, what the fuck? She says like dramatic things like that.
Yeah,
And that I can't, I get annoyed.
I understand.
So I need to work on that and be very nice to her.
For sure.
Anyway.
Did you buy her a house yet or what?
I got her pool. I'm gonna make them keep the house.
Okay.
I like the childhood house that I
Oh,
grew up
shit.
in. So I'm like, I'm not.
You
yeah.
bought her the Mechanicsburg house.
Yeah, the Mechanicsburg house they own, and I bought they got a nice pool.
So
in
you
the
paid for
backyard.
renovations.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Is it a lap pool or it's more like a small one?
It's a pretty big fucking pool. It's worth close to as much as they paid for the house.
Damn.
And I was like, you can get a pool. I was like, Mom, I don't care how much it costs. I didn't think they were that expensive.
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
It was like right now it's probably sitting at like $200.
Oh, you bought her a nice house.
She got like a giant pool because she was like, okay, here's what I want. And I was like, Mom, you don't have to go cheap on this. You can get whatever you want. And then she sent me an invoice for like, she's like, with the landscaping, it's going to be about $250,000. I was like, all right, so I don't ever want to hear that I'm a bad fucking son again. Yeah. Last night was funny too. Yeah, I was making fun of her for it. I was like, Mom, the pool is $250,000. Shut up. She was like, it is not. It is not $250,000. And I was like, how much is it? She was like, there's one more thing we have to add to it. I was like, God damn. But she's having fun, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
having
put
a
up
good
with
time.
me being a fucking loser for 30 years. So that's good.
Well, now you did it, man. You're on top of the world right now, bro.
For the time being, yes.
Full circle.
Till I blow all my money on pools for my mom. Anyway, it's nice for you to join us,
man.
dude. Andrew Callahan, everybody. Let's get it.
Thanks for the invite, man. I appreciate it. I'm a huge
very
fan.
happy. We are such big fans of yours. I wish Matt could be here for this. Matt's a really big fan. He's been talking about you a lot on the pod lately.
Yeah, that's why I hit you guys up.
Yeah.
Pennsylvanian excellence in the pod.
Hell yeah, dude.
You guys, so you're Mechanicsburg, he's Havertown.
Yes. And where are you? You're
just Philadelphia.
Just Center City?
Yeah, pretty much. Center City, Fairmount.
Nice. That's where Matt lived. He lived in Fairmount.
I grew up like right behind Eastern State Penitentiary.
Nice.
Like right between Girard and Spring.
What years were you there?
I was there from like 1997, year of birth,
Hell
to
yeah.
I would say 2008. And my dad was such a what's it called, Pearl Jam fan that he got like a bunch of Pearl Jam lyrics tattooed, and he's like, we're moving to Seattle. And so we just picked up and followed grunge across the world.
That's pretty fucking
Your dad
wild.
followed Pearl Jam?
No, not followed Pearl Jam physically.
Oh, okay.
But followed the spirit of Pearl Jam.
Yeah, the spirit of Pearl Jam, which doesn't exist there anymore.
We found out the hard way. They divorced about a year after.
Yeah. The spirit of Pearl Jam doesn't. What, they got a divorce? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they did divorce.
Yeah, after the Pearl Jam move?
Not because the spirit of Pearl Jam was a thing of the past, but they had a independent.
Grunge is dead. This marriage is dead. Yeah, Seattle's nice though. I like Seattle.
It's all right.
I was in Vancouver first and then Seattle. And Vancouver seems like just a nice version of Seattle.
Did you go to the downtown east side of Vancouver?
No, I heard about that.
It's like the Kensington of Canada.
Yeah. I heard it was the Kent. Yeah, I got in an argument. There is that weird like sense of pride you have where you're like, no, Philly's the worst place on earth. And I was arguing with a Canadian lady, and she was like, no, Vancouver's the worst place. And then we shared videos, and I think I shared your K&A stuff.
Oh, okay, I would say Philly's far worse than Vancouver.
Thank you.
Yeah, you win.
In your face, Canadian lady.
Yeah, we do take pride in our the
but
way
you're
we
from
treat our
Philly.
people.
You got that bias.
I'm from Philly, but when I grew up, my parents always told me, like, no matter what happens, do not cross Girard Avenue.
Yeah.
So I knew there was like some mystical nightmare land about a mile from my house, but I had no visual until I was 26, and I was like, let's go cover this. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's the most disturbing place I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The corner of K&A.
Yeah.
I've seen some shit, and that's the worst.
Do you remember when that guy, it was like 3 years ago, he was driving like 120 miles an hour in an Escalade and just slammed into he eviscerated a bum. He just he hit a bum going like 120. That's crazy. He hit one of those guys that was like,
Someone
nodding off standing at a train station.
That's got to be the worst high ever.
Or the best.
Oh, yeah.
I think it might honestly be the best way to go.
Did the guy survive?
No. Dude, it was going for real. It was a lightning bolt down K&S.
Because certain drug users have superhuman strength. So
I think a couple of them got hit and survived, like bounced.
the tweakers survived.
Yes,
The junkies
they
died.
made it. The Junkerman was asleep.
Junkerman.
The Junkerman. Yeah, it's a fun. I know you're an advocate for the fellows, but we like to refer to them as the Junkermans.
I mean, I think that's fair.
And the Junkermans, we would drive around K&A and Junkermans. We didn't taunt them out the window.
We did.
But we were yelling in the car.
Yeah.
Hey, no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah, we filmed a lot of the show in a show we made in Philadelphia. This sketch show we made, and at night when we were done with the shoots, we would drive around and just like take a look at K&A at night.
What was your main takeaway from those drives?
It was so shocking. I kept doing it.
Yeah.
Like it was that fucking crazy. I'm like, I can't, like, injecting into open wounds. And that's not like a rare thing. They're all doing it when you see them.
Yeah.
Like, you will see that.
Ben Shapiro just went down there.
Oh, man.
He was like filming in the back seat of a fucking Escalade.
Yeah, he was probably like, this isn't an open air prison. This is pretty nice.
He's like, look at what the Democrats have done. It's like, oh yeah, they created Trank, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, the Republicans are going to fix homelessness and end abortion.
Dude, like you were saying, we were talking a little bit before, but you're
They
saying
will clean it up, dude. They'll get them out of there. We won't notice. They're going to go through hell, but we won't notice.
Dude, I kind of want to know about the Trank Bros.
Oh, yeah.
They seem like cool. Like, I mean, I know, like, you know, but like, I don't know. They seem like not good guys, but like, you know, they look
I
like,
don't think I really know what you mean.
they look like they have fun.
That was Matt's top question too. He was like, make sure you ask him about the Trank Bros.
Oh yeah, man. Those are the head chefs of Kensington. That was some dark energy in that house where I talked to him. Like I'd never been around just like sheer darkness in that sense before, but those guys were not playing around.
Yeah.
And my eyes were burning because like the mist or whatever, the powder coming off the table was like creating this thick, dense atmospheric layer of like trank dust.
Yeah.
And your eyes were fucking burning, and like they're heating up lamb in the microwave in the kitchen behind there. That's all they eat is lamb.
Yeah.
They only eat lamb?
Yeah, they see it as like a super high class delicacy.
That's pretty cool. Lamb is pretty high class, dude. Some lamb chops out the microwave.
Yeah.
And then you dish out tranks. Fucking people dying outside. Yeah, that's truly dark energy. That's like real.
Yeah.
Those are Satanists.
They had like one moment that I didn't even put in because it was
Yeah.
so weird. But I guess they're like trying to be funny. One of them was like, "Hey, you know who my favorite bitch is, right?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Kim Kardashian." I go, "Why?" He's like, "That white girl." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "That's my favorite bitch because I love that white girl." And I was like Coke, and they're like, "Yeah." And that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, that
Good
was
job.
fucking
You could have picked
awkward.
a whiter lady.
I know.
Tilda
But
Swinton.
it was like in the middle of an intense interview, and I was like, "Am I supposed to laugh right now?" But that was like their attempt at like hilarious comedy.
Yeah, we're gonna break this thing open.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I should probably get into open mics. That's with the Trank Brothers. They're gonna head down to Helium, Philly.
Hit the Raven Lounge.
Yeah,
They hit the Raven Lounge. They'll make some sales.
they could make some sales. At the, yeah, they'd get you.
What I couldn't believe, dude, I couldn't believe that they're willing to actually talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you learn that like everybody, no matter what they're doing, wants to be recognized for their work. Like they want to be remembered by history, even if what they're doing is like technically immoral. They think like we did something historic, which they did.
Yeah.
They created Trank.
Yeah.
And that's basically had an impact, and they want to be recognized and have a statement.
how the
Yeah.
fuck have they not been arrested?
I don't know, man. What do you think?
Like, if you can just go interview the guys that did it.
I've had that thought a lot. Like it's almost easier as a journalist to get to someone than it is for the cops.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like they're trained in avoiding cops, but they love exposure. Like everybody loves publicity, especially drug dealers.
Yeah, like didn't Sean Penn interview like El Chapo?
Right.
Sean Penn did interview El Chapo.
And then didn't El Chapo get arrested? I think Sean Penn's a fed dude. He's like Diddy, bro.
The informant.
I think that happened because El Chapo said he was a huge fan of Sean Penn's movies. I think El Chapo actually requested
He
Senor
probably
Penn to
loves
come
I Am
visit him.
Sam.
Yeah.
He's like, look at he fucking retired the whole movie. He fucking retired. You gotta see his movie. He's fucking. That's good stuff, huh?
I think the first 5 minutes of I Am Sam is really funny.
I
Because
was
they
just talking about this.
they
the other
set
night.
the base. They
What
set
happened?
the base for like how retarded he is.
When
He's
he
like,
falls.
no, in the beginning of the movie, he's like literally like organizing sugar packets at Starbucks. And then he goes to the hospital and the baby happens. And then the lady abandons him with the baby by walking into a crowd of people.
That's how she loses him.
Yeah.
She probably didn't even try to abandon him. She fucking lost him.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I will say though, if somebody followed around me for the first part of my day,
Yeah.
I'd be putting out first. Yeah, I'd be organizing sugar packets.
Yeah, fuck it.
Splendid.
Yeah,
Dude.
so what the hell are you doing down here in Austin?
I wanted to come on your podcast, went on the Lex Friedman podcast,
Oh, yeah.
just a couple of pods, man. I also love Austin. I haven't been here since the country shut down for COVID, so I was like, I heard that it was super different, and there was like a big California influx, so I had to come confirm firsthand.
Is it confirmed?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The city's like 3 times bigger than it was in 2019. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
the
wild.
eclipse is happening in 5 days.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to this field near Uvalde where all the totality nerds are going to meet
Yeah.
up. Bill Nye's going to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
That
try
would
to
be
catch
sick.
him.
Dude.
But people are freaking out about this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what totality is, but it's a big deal apparently.
It's like a 100% cover.
Yeah.
100% cover of the moon in front of the sun. Right?
yeah, it's an eclipse.
Okay.
So does that mean the whole like sky is going to go dark?
I think so.
That's going to be sick. For 2 minutes, I heard.
It's on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna be in
420.
Michigan, dude. We're gonna miss the fucking cool eclipse.
The 8th. It's on Monday.
It's on Monday.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was Friday?
Saginaw is like where they have that cool ass bridge that goes from like regular Michigan to the Upper Peninsula, right?
I've never been there.
I've been there one time. I went to a bar and like I've never had a straight up like neo-Nazi like try to approach me before, but I was in Saginaw and this fool was like, I thought he was gonna say huge fan. He's like, "What's up, man?" I'm embracing for like the hey, good to meet you. And he goes, "Are you AB like Aryan Brotherhood?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were my celly. My bad." And I was just like, "What the hell?"
Damn.
And that was the only experience I've ever had in Saginaw, Michigan. And
Straight
that
up.
was I was there for maybe a half an hour.
Straight
I
up
had,
meeting a neo-Nazi.
I had real fascists. I met fascists once. I was in Spain at a bar, and these dudes were like, I could barely speak English or Spanish and English at that point. But I'm talking to these guys, and they're like, yeah, we love Franco. And I was like, sick. And then he like put out his cell phone. And it was him giving a Nazi salute in front of a burning swastika on his phone.
What do you
Picture of
say
himself.
to that?
I was like, oh, bien, muy bien,
Loco.
That's fucking loco. And then I told the bartender, I was like, bro, they're fucking fascistas. And he was like, I was like, well, she says a key. And he was like, yeah,
He's like, that's just a regular
this is a
guy.
bar, dude.
Yeah.
Don't be fucking gay, dude. Don't fucking tell on the fascists.
So I was
Mary, you ever get to meet any Nazis?
No, but I was thinking about burning crosses the other day. I watched that movie, The Black Klansman, and at the end they have a burning cross at it, and I was like, that's actually kind of a powerful like visual, a burning cross. And then I like looked into it, and one of the emperors, I can't remember his name, but he used burning crosses to like scare people when he was trying to when he was crusading, trying to get the Bible together.
I think you should do it.
Burn a cross.
What do you vote, Shane?
Yeah.
Let's
set it up, dude.
I would love it if Lemaire got into cross burning.
Flip the script.
Please not at my house.
Not here.
Definitely not here.
I think it's powerful. It was like kind of moving the way they did it in the movie. Like it was like because like we reconstituted the meaning as get out of our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess the meaning was originally get out of our neighborhood, but like it could be beautiful.
It could be a statement against the oppression of the church.
Dude.
Christian
Ooh,
values forced
yeah.
on our society.
Yeah.
You're undoing it by reclaiming the imagery.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Next time
You're
there's
great
like
at
a pro life rally, get down there.
Burn a cross
Burn a cross. And say I'm pro life.
in front of the Planned
When the fuck
Parenthood.
did you become so pro life?
I had to do a thing last year that I didn't like.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like,
Oh man, that's really funny
Yeah.
that you said that. Yeah. Well,
It's
God
all right.
bless, dude. You've seen the light.
yeah, it happens.
You committed the ultimate sin.
Yeah,
Is that the ultimate sin?
I think it's
it's up there.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5 sins.
top 5.
Well, dude, all sins are equal in the eyes of the Lord.
Whoa.
That can't be true.
It says that in the beginning.
It cannot be true.
It can't be
So me and
true.
Hitler are tied right now.
Yeah. In the eyes of the Lord. Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair.
Well, dude, get your score up.
You got a lot. You got 599. You got 5,999,999. You got to catch up, dude.
Yeah, I gotta catch up.
I don't think. Yeah, you're gonna want the. Yeah, you're probably gonna want to remove this, but. Yeah,
fuck
dude,
it.
who cares? You got
Free
the Hawaiian
internet.
shirt. Yeah, you got the Hawaiian
Free
shirt on.
speech guardians. Us three.
So you still thinking about working at InfoWars?
I don't know if they'd hire me anymore, man.
Really?
Well,
yeah. Now that
because
they know you're a fucking lib, dude.
I think people think that I'm like super fucking like lived out to high heaven, which I understand because I like have I'm like an empathetic person and shit. So when I talk to people, I let them tell their story.
Yeah.
So every time I interview like a migrant or something, all these comments are like, "You fucking leftist, fucking libtard." I'm just like, damn, I'm just talking to bro, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong.
Yeah, I think people are so like divided and polarized now, and we're like everyone has to fall into either bucket. Like you're either Antifa or you're like a Trump soldier.
Dude, you know what's crazy? The video with you crossing the border didn't get taken down, but your damn ID video did. What the hell?
know.
It's crazy.
You follow
I didn't
that?
get to see the ID thing. What
Well,
happened?
pretty much like we had this Vegas tunnels documentary,
Yeah.
right? And we used 10 seconds of this Fox 5 publicly broadcast clip in this like basically 95-minute video. And they had lawyers hit up YouTube and got our shit taken down, which is illegal, like because they said it was a fair use violation or copyright violation. But they reinstated it about 2 hours ago.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's
What
go.
were they doing on there?
I mean, it was basically just like footage of this nonprofit, like helping people living in the tunnels. And I guess it was their property.
Oh, okay.
So they had an issue with
Yeah,
that.
I thought there was a conspiracy about it.
There was some
There was
say.
no conspiracy.
Well,
It
the
was just
conspiracy
about-
is like Las Vegas right now is going through like a Disneyland style image rehab because it's known for being like a neglected kind of like shitty place, right?
Yeah.
But they just got the Raiders, the Athletics, the Sphere was just built, and Las Vegas is trying to double down and be a whole new city.
Yeah.
And so the idea of homeless people living in the sewers basically below the most expensive casino on the strip is not really positive PR for the town.
Yeah.
And given that like Fox 5 is their biggest news affiliate, I suspect that the mayor or someone high up in Las Vegas City Council was like, yo, how can we get this video down? Let's do a copyright strike. But maybe I'm just on some tinfoil hat shit. But I feel like there was a real plan.
I don't think that's real tinfoil. I think that's perfectly.
Oh,
I
really?
thought the tinfoil thing was like the Dems wanted it down because you were exposing how they're trying to get those guys' IDs to go vote left.
Oh shit! I didn't even consider that.
I'm always thinking from that angle.
It's all about the vote, huh?
I'm always worried about what the Dems are up to.
They're trying to get people to vote, man.
They're trying to get fucking. Yeah, they're trying to get the.
How long ago did you film that? If I can ask, the Vegas one.
Shit, I filmed that about a year ago now.
Oh, okay. Have you talked to the guy again? I can't remember his
Glenn?
name.
Talk to any of the fellas down there?
Yeah.
Nah, man, because I tried to help as best I could.
Yeah.
But there's a certain situation where like you have a paternal relationship with somebody. I don't want that. I don't want them calling me being like, I need $10 today, $10 tomorrow. So I tried to offer the help, and then from there you got to guide it yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to change your situation unless you want to.
Yeah.
And if you have someone coming every day blowing your high, being like, hey man, you want to do some day labor, and they're coming down from like a 3-day meth bender, you're going to become their worst enemy.
Yeah. Dude, you literally did the first step of like every addict. They're like, I can't get there, and you did it. And now, like, if any, it is up to him now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what tripped me out. Is like what I filmed first was the San Francisco streets video, then Philly, then Vegas. And the Vegas video is different because it's like me actually trying to help in some way. Because like when you've been living that way for a long time, a lot of people get used to telling this like story of like, oh, I can't better my life because of this. I can't make a change because I don't have an ID or because my social security check is not coming. But then if you think about it, like a lot of those roadblocks, we already have like billion-dollar programs set up to help them.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people don't want help, or they do want help, but they don't know how to take that step, bro.
Yeah.
Because people aren't babies, you know?
Yeah.
Like
100%. Dude.
no one really likes living on the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a lot of them are really embarrassed, and they want to make it seem like they're just a victim of bad luck, which in some cases is true. But dude, you got to think, in the older generation especially, bro, like it's embarrassing for them to be living like that.
Yeah.
My generation, if you're in your 20s, it's like we're kind of drifters, vagrants, kicking it, van lifers. It's a whole different thing if you're a boomer living in Philly on the streets. That's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah.
For them. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
For sure.
For everyone.
You ever been homeless like for more than a day before?
No.
Really? You never had a car breakdown in like West Texas and just stuck?
Just stuck.
Yeah, I mean, but I was like on a friend's couch and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Never like outside.
You never slept outside in a park?
I slept in a car in a rest stop. Yeah.
Which rest stop was that?
That was on 95 outside of DC. On the way, yeah.
You know what my favorite rest stop is? Breezewood, PA. Have you been?
Breezewood's nice.
It's a nice rest stop.
Yeah.
The Cracker Barrel there is crazy.
Yes.
Planet Fitness, Cracker Barrel, everything you need.
That's a crazy rest stop, dude.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, you're a rest stop aficionado, dude. You're a big van lifer.
Some could say.
Yeah. How long were you like living in a van for?
Shit, about 2.5 years.
Yeah. Okay. How were you tired of it? What
Yeah,
made you,
by
like,
the end, especially, there's like, living with 2 other dudes in a car sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah. For
dude.
2.5 years.
But then the electricity stopped working, and the generator was supposed to be like 10,000.
How'd you guys beat off, dude?
You wait till your friends aren't in the RV, or you make them leave for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you guys got to go to Starbucks.
Gerben just told me a funny story about that. He was, because I did a joke about when you're a kid, you love your mom until you jack off for the first time. And then you're like, as soon as she leaves the house, you're beating off. And he was like, I heard that. And he remembered his mom coming home one day and like, what do you want for dinner? And he was like, pasta and broccoli. She was like, well, I have to go to the store if you want that. Is there anything else you want? And he was like, you got to get pasta and broccoli. He made his mom run an errand so he could jack off.
Dude, that's how it was. I remember I jacked off for the first time in the bathroom of an Italian restaurant in Seattle. Damn, I mean.
Hey, grunge life's back.
Dude, I didn't even know what was happening. I went to go wash my hands. So I got soap in my hands and I just touched my dick for a second. I'm like, yo, that was crazy. That was fire.
That's soap, dude.
So I remember it took me about 45 minutes to complete the mission, right? So I'm in there trying to make it work, and my parents are banging on the door like, are you okay, Andrew? I'm like, I'm just taking a really gnarly shit. Just give me a second here.
Better than ever. I had no idea I can feel this good.
Yeah, I came out of that shit like a changed man. I was like, I don't know what I just did, but I think I'm the first guy to do it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Then the homies reported similar situations, and I was like, we're all doing
Everybody
this?
starts reporting back around the same time.
By the middle of 7th grade, bro, it is insane. Everyone's a chronic mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually my material right now. That's what I'm working with. Yeah, you figured it out.
Yeah.
That's you cracked the code, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, the magician's been revealed. Yeah, that's a fucking insane first one.
Yeah. What about yours?
Mine was actually, I got a wild one. I was sleeping at my friend's house. I was on his family's couch watching porn. while they were like in the kitchen. I can't believe this.
You're on the couch watching porn and like cooking food.
Yeah. He was a weird house. You could watch porn there.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Would
His
everybody?
parents are super chill.
Parents were so chill.
Would they just come in and be like, "I let her see"?
They go, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" No. My parents would literally beat my ass.
Yeah, dude. It's weird to let your kids watch porn.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah, that's not chill. But I mean, you can't stop them.
When
Yeah.
you're a kid, it's the chillest house
It's
of all
like
time.
it's
Yeah.
like when they let you smoke drugs in their house. Like as long as you're doing it here.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were-
I had a friend's mom like that. We abused the fuck out of that rule.
exactly. That was
Have 20 people over just hotboxing.
that's exactly what we
Puking
did.
from fucking greening out.
yeah.
She's like, I'm happy you're doing it here. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, what's out there that's so dangerous? Like, you don't want we can't smoke weed at the park now.
Yeah.
When was your first? I'd love to hear this.
First beat, I think I was 13. Yeah, it was just in the bed.
You just crack one off in the
Yeah,
bed.
to like the squiggly channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought I saw a boob and I was like, my cousin's been telling me about this. I might as well try it.
And your life forever changed.
Yeah.
Has anyone been giving you any guff about sharing a flashlight with your brother yet?
Oh, no.
Did we cut that from the last one or something?
Is this improvised or is this real?
No, this is real.
Nice.
We accidentally, we shared a flashlight for
He
a
has a
little
brother
bit.
that's equally, they're the same.
Yeah.
So it's
two of these
it
guys.
makes sense why that would happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
We're
two
pretty
of these
close.
guys.
Yeah. Real brother. True brothers.
They're the best. There's two of these guys walking around, and they used to split. They used to have 2 air mattresses in their room, and they would occasionally one of them would explode. They both went through air mattresses. He said they'd be sleeping at night. You would just hear someone in bed like. They just have to sink into a fucking pool raft. Oh man!
Sleep on the cold ground.
How long does it take for an air mattress to explode if you're doing like nightly?
One of
nightly-
these big fellas? And this is Lemaire's looking good, dude. He used to be 400 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, congratulations.
Yeah,
so you were
Jabri's never-
exploding air mattresses.
Yeah,
Jabri's-
yeah.
no.
Jabri was never 400.
No, but he's mad small now.
He's yeah,
skinny
he
as
is.
heck. Yeah. He's
Jabri got skinny, but he was a unit too.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was probably 3.
Probably he was easy 350, dude. I can see him being
350,
350.
400.
Yeah.
The Lee brothers are combined 800 pounds. the one-ton brothers.
That makes the air mattress shit way funnier.
It's so funny. Just 2 brothers exploding air mattresses, sharing a flashlight, being 800 pounds. Smashing animals. Did Jabri ever kill any animals too?
He was there with me when we dropped that rock on the bird.
It was the disgusting brothers.
Yeah. It was
You were
me.
out torturing animals?
Yeah, we didn't torture. Me, my brother, and our cousin Jared. We were
Was
outside.
Jared a big dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How big's Jared?
He's tall too. He's probably like
So he
3
was the
now.
leader of the units.
Oh, dude. Nah. I think I was the leader. You know,
You
I
were
like,
the leader of the
I like
units?
to think I was the leader.
You got good leadership.
I led all
qualities.
the pizza roll missions,
You led the pizza roll
all the
mission.
late night
that's a
pizza
leader.
roll missions. Yeah.
That is a leader.
How many missions a day was that?
Just that night, dude. Whenever the parents, 11 o'clock. We had a strict household.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't watch South Park. I couldn't watch anything past like 10 p.m. Yeah, it's pretty strict.
But then the brothers were out on a mission. You found a bird.
Yeah, it was in the back. It was already under the rock. It was already under the rock. And my cousin was like, yo, guys, look what I found under this rock, a bird. And
Oh, you didn't find that.
he,
Birds don't go under rocks, dude. Birds don't get under rocks.
it was there. It was under the rock. And then I lifted it up and I dropped it and it went like squeaked.
Oh no, it was alive.
No, it was dead. I think it was just all the air leaving its body, I hope.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up after the winter. What's the right amount of socializing for you? And how do you recharge? Maybe you thrive around people, and maybe you need some more time alone. Therapy can give you the self-awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery. Yes, and you should also always strive to understand yourself. Therapy is an excellent tool for that, so go do it. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/MSSP today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP. Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. It's 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco-free. You can choose your preferred form, pouches, breakers, or gum, and you can choose your strength from 2 milligrams to 12 milligrams. Flavors include mint, apple ice, espresso, mango, and more. Save yourself from the weekly gas station stop and sign up for a monthly subscription, which saves you 15%. No commitment, cancel anytime. And I have been exploring the dark arts of nicotine, actually. Yeah, a lot of those health guys say it's good for your brain or something, but I don't know. I have yet to become addicted to it, and that's for you guys, not for me. The product that sets Lucy apart is Lucy Breakers. It's nicotine pouches, but with tiny capsules inside. The capsules contain liquid flavor that saturates the pouch before it's even in use. Break it with your teeth, and boom, instant nicotine release when you need it. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/drenched and use promo code DRENCHED to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Lucy.co and use code DRENCHED to get 20% off and always free shipping. And here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Did you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Robinhood has the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer in from other retirement accounts with a 3% match. That's right, no cap on the 3% match. Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to their IRA with a 3% match. The offer is good through April 30th. Get started at Robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. And now for some legal info. Claim as of Q1 2024 validated by Radius Global Market Research. Investing involves risk including loss. Limitations apply to IRAs and 401ks. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold for 1 year from the date of first 3% match. Must keep Robinhood IRA for 5 years. The 3% matching on transfers is subject to specific terms and conditions. Robinhood IRA available to U.S. customers in good standing. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, is a registered broker-dealer.
There's a rapper in Kensington right now named Skrilla who's been sacrificing animals for his rap videos.
Whoa.
Like decapitating goats and shit and using Kensington junkies as like extras in his fucking backgrounds. I gotta send you guys this shit.
Wow.
It is horrific.
Is he sacrificing goats on Kensington?
Yeah, in the alleyways.
What?
Yeah.
The cops are letting voodoo happen now
He's like
too?
a demonic Kensington trank drill rapper.
Yeah.
Damn. I'll take the under on that life expectancy. That's fucking wild.
Prize
The
pick.
trank drill rapper.
Yeah, it's
I hope one of those goats gets loose.
Yeah.
Make it.
Where do you get goats from in Jersey?
You can get goats in
Yeah.
Philly.
well. So recently,
You can get
this
goats
hasn't
down there.
this hasn't came out yet, but I know exactly where to get goats in the Philly area. If anyone wants to know. You got to do it in Jersey. So we have an episode coming out called it's called The Hunt for the Jersey Devil. Are you guys
Yeah.
familiar with the
Yes.
mythical beast?
Yes.
So we went hunting with this actual unit of researchers who believe that it's real.
Yeah.
And so they said if you want to find the devil, you got to get a bunch of goat's blood because the Jersey Devil's a distant cousin of the goat. So we had to go to a goat farm in Jersey, and we're like, can we have some goat's blood? And we get there, and they fucking kill this goat basically out back and bring us a giant jar of blood to hunt the devil with.
Oh,
and so, yeah.
They just literally kill a goat
Kill
to
a
give
goat
you
for bullshit.
We didn't even
Kill a
ask,
goat for
we didn't ask them to
fine
fucking kill it.
Sasquatch?
We go, hey, do you have any extra goat's blood laying around?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, oh, we don't have any right now, but we'll take care of it. We can hear this goat getting killed in the back. It was
Yeah.
Jesus
They really
Christ.
scream too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude.
Did you find the devil?
No.
Damn. I seen it.
You saw the New Jersey
Saw
devil?
the devil. Me and Jabri were driving back from Ramapo. We saw it on the road. I was like, oh no. I was so scared.
You guys saw the Jersey devil?
Yeah, I was so spooked, dude.
Sounds terrifying.
It sounds
It was
like
on the
you're
film.
making that up.
I'm not making it up, dude. We saw
What
the
did it look
Jersey
like?
Devil. It was like a dog. It was it had horns, and it was up like this.
Sounds like you really saw it.
Yeah, I saw it, dude.
You guys high as fuck?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. We're a little high.
What did you guys do to celebrate seeing the devil? Did you pull
We
off?
didn't celebrate.
Roy Rogers?
I hit the next Wawa. I was like, did you fucking see that, dude? Some Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers is the best rest stop
That's
food.
crazy. That's one of the worst rest stops.
Roy Rogers is the best
Roy
one.
Rogers is a letdown.
What? You get to make your own burgers to tenders? Roy Rogers tenders are
All right, I'll
top
give you that.
tier.
Those are solid
I'll
tendies.
give that to you. Some good tendies.
Solid tendies. Sheets has good tendies.
Sheets does have some good
Oh, I
tenders.
was gonna
Sheets
ask
has
you.
the best tendies.
Sheets or Wawa? What do you think?
Wawa's the hoagies. That's where it's at. But Sheets has a fryer. So you can get some good tendies.
Fryer.
Although I think Wawa might have fryers now too, right?
Wawa has pizza.
Oh, really? Yeah, they don't have the tendies.
Yeah.
Sometimes all you need is some tendies, and Sheets is the answer.
Yeah. You can't microwave tendy. They come out too wet.
Yeah, it's so true, dude.
Yeah.
Shane, you thought you connect more with like the Pittsburgh or Philly area?
Growing up was Mechanicsburg's way more like Pittsburgh. Yeah. Like once you get past Lancaster, it's kind of like just the Midwest.
Yeah, it's a whole different world
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, outside of Philly. Actually, as soon as you leave Philly, it's kind of
Yeah, it's a trip.
kind of the
right?
Midwest. And then Lamizzi's a Detroit man.
I was born there. Yeah.
So when you smash the bird, was that in Detroit?
Yeah, that was in Detroit.
Well, that bird had it coming.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't.
What was he doing in Detroit?
I've thought I hallucinated black squirrels for most of my life, but they only
they're-
like
they're
kind
out
of
there.
Yeah, yeah. I thought.
Wait, you thought you hallucinated black
thought I
squirrels, but
halluc-
you're certain you saw the New Jersey Devil?
Well, here's why I thought I hallucinated a black squirrel, because when I saw it, it was eating a rib bone on like a trash can.
That was a Detroit squirrel, dude. He was getting some ribs.
That's why I was like, yo.
Shit, we'll get some ribs. The animals probably knew to stay away from the Lee brothers, dude. You're Omar, dude. They heard you coming.
We did kick our dog in the nuts. That was pretty fun.
I heard about that. I remember that story.
You never done that?
I would never kick a dog like that.
Really?
No,
Why not?
because they're dogs, dude. You don't kick them in the balls.
Me and Jabri would kick each other in the balls. We'd do it for fun. There's an episode. This is probably why our mom didn't let us watch South Park, because there was that episode of South Park where they did Rochambeau, and they would just kick each other in the nuts. And then me and Jabri just started doing that because we're like, that looks fun.
Did you guys build up a tolerance?
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
say
so.
like
That's good battle for all the bullies.
Yeah, practicing getting
Yeah,
kicked
you
in the
guys
nuts.
can't hurt the Lee brothers. The Lee brothers hurt themselves.
yeah, getting kicked in the nuts is horrible.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's only happened to me once or twice.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, I didn't. I was like 10 or 11. It
Yeah,
didn't
before
hurt that
puberty,
bad.
it doesn't
yeah.
hurt that much.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
when they're still small.
Yeah. But once like 6th, 7th grade hits and everyone starts hitting the fucking like the nut taps at
Yeah.
school, that was a devastating time period.
Nut taps, yeah.
Yeah.
The full body.
Yeah. So you were out in Seattle. How old were you when you moved to Seattle?
About 11 years old.
Okay. Did you get to play any cool sports while you're in Seattle?
No,
It's not a sports town.
for me, as soon as I started smoking weed, all sports went away.
Yeah.
There's like a path when you're 13 where like you divide between stoners and athletes.
Yes.
And I'm happy to take path one. But before then, I was a first baseman. In the Little League.
Nice.
Actually, Fairmont Sports Association MVP of 2007.
Oh,
If you
sheesh.
want to look
Holy
it up.
fuck, you were an MVP in 07?
Yeah, we lost to Germantown in the last game.
Damn.
Aside from that, I did pretty good.
You're an MVP and you chose the drug life?
Well, I mean, it was just weed.
You're like Daryl Strawberry.
But no, I've never been a sports guy. Mostly because I moved like when I was 12. So
Yeah,
I was
it
an
kinda
Eagles
fucks you
fan
up.
and a Phillies fan.
Yeah.
I get to Seattle and like they had the Sonics and shit.
Are you a Seahawks fan now?
Yeah.
A little bit. I have a hard time like following sports. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just boring as fuck to me
That's fair. This is pretty boring.
because it's not real.
What do you mean?
I feel like it's all rigged. You know what I mean? Like they're like for-profit fake, divisions between regional areas in America.
Yeah.
They're trying to distract us from having like true liberated thoughts, guys.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
It's true, dude. People live and die behind these logos and these teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I still like sports, though.
They're fun, but like people's whole lives are dependent on like whether or not their team wins or loses. Like, dude, there's some Eagles fans. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Who like their year will suck if they don't make the playoffs, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Our friend Tommy's like that. Tommy gets like, Yeah, the Phillies, wasn't that the Phillies?
The
Phillies
World
lost
Series.
and he put a fucking hole in the wall while they were watching it.
Jesus Christ.
And I lived with him. I was like, he watched fucking 2 regular season games. He didn't watch the season at all. And then they got to the playoffs and he's like, fuck. I was like, this is crazy.
Dude, I'm the same way. I'm not going to lie, man.
Yeah, it's exciting.
2008 when the Phillies won, that was the best fucking
That
game
was
of my
awesome.
life. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they rioted, dude. I lived on Broad Street at 13th, like right, and I could see the street. Like they were pulling people out of cars, just like beating people up. It was sick.
The roster was so sick at that time.
That
Like
was-
Ryan Howard,
Yes.
Jimmy Rollins,
Roy
Jake
Halladay.
Victorino and shit.
Victorino was the bro.
J-Roll was my favorite baseball
Yeah,
player
J-Roll
of
was
all time.
awesome.
He was like my role model when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a good role model.
Yeah, I wonder what he's
a
doing
good
now.
guy. He's around.
he's probably
He's
just
around.
living. He's probably living.
Doing his thing.
Yeah.
He does like stuff with the Phillies. I see him do like sports broadcasting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They'll bring him in.
Why don't sports guys ever become like men's motivation dudes? I feel like that would be like a natural path. Like men's motivation, car sell guy, you know?
Men's motivation is sick, dude.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that full Andy Elliott on Instagram?
Yes.
The car salesman?
Yes.
He gets me amped, dude. I want to sell cars now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some sales, dude.
We discuss Elliot a lot.
Oh, okay.
We're part of Elliot Army here.
You guys signed up for the online package.
No, not yet. Not yet, but we're considering.
It'll really help you level up, bro.
How much money do you make a year selling cars?
I don't have a 6-pack yet. So
If somebody true, I gotta get a 6-pack before I can join the Elliot Army. I'm never gonna get in, dude.
yeah.
We got on that, and I was hating on him for a while. First couple times I saw it, I was like, "Fuck this guy."
On what grounds? What was your initial hatred?
The
source?
first hatred was how fucking dumb the one thing he said was, which was like, how many cars could you sell in a month? And the guy's like, 20. And he's like, what if I kidnapped your family and said you have to sell 40 this month or I'll kill your family? He got me a bug. And he was like, well, then of course I could. He's like, and you're not doing it. Why? It's like, well, because no one's got my wife at gunpoint. Like, what are you talking about?
He's like, Elliot Army's on the way.
Yeah, Elliot Army's gonna kidnap her. But then I kept watching it, and it's pretty good. The guy's fired up. He's excited about life.
He makes me want to exercise.
It's hard to hate on him. Yeah.
You guys have any other favorite men's motivational speakers online?
I got my number one right now is a guy named Luke Belmar.
What's up with him?
Belmar.
You wouldn't believe it. He's just a guy. He copied Andrew Tate, and now he's not necessarily a men's like workout guy, but he's like an entrepreneurial type.
Yeah.
But he has some of these takes you wouldn't believe. Like they're like, who was your mentor? He was like Leonardo da Vinci.
I'm gonna steal that one.
I
That's
don't think you
amazing.
understand mentor.
Do you follow this guy, Davis Clark?
No, I don't
He's
know
like this
Davis Clark.
locked in ass like marathon runner from Boston
Yeah.
who's really excited about going to the corporate office every morning.
Yeah.
I'm making a fucking documentary about him.
Really?
Because I know you're. If I have a question.
Oh, this guy.
Because I know you're a man of mystery. There's two types of chefs: those that work for profit and those that work for passion. Do you agree? Do you have a secret pasta? The secret pasta that you can make me.
It's coming.
Oh yeah. Grazie.
This is one of my favorites. Tagliatelle porcini with porcini mozza. Very simple but very tasty.
Like mother used to make it. Thank you, chef.
He got the secret pasta. That's how a boss eats.
I didn't know what that guy's name was, but I
Luke
see him on
Belmar.
my
That's
feed
how
all
a
the time.
boss eats.
Yeah, I remember
You go
he
in.
was like, he was talking to some college kids. He's like, how many of you guys could ask a homie right now for a 500K wire? And they were like, none of us. He's like, because you don't hang out with fucking bosses. You need to upgrade your social network. I was like, oh shit.
He has one. He's sitting there and he's like, "What do banks do? Rivers. Banks control the current. What is a current? Currency. If you can control where the current's going, you can let the water, the currency, come to you." And everybody in the room had to be like,
He's doing a Beautiful Mind Solutions.
"Yeah, he's doing beautiful mind solutions with like a pretty low IQ." He might not be low IQ. I think that's his second language. I'm going to turn and be a fan of Luke Belmar in a month.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, at least he's on a positive tip, I guess.
He is positive.
Yeah.
He is positive. Certainly. So who's this guy you're looking at?
So Davis Clark, aka the locked in UMass
Locked in.
king, So every morning he posts shit. He's like, yesterday he was like, I don't have to go to the office on Monday. I get to go to the office on Monday. Here come the heavy hitters. We're locked in.
Oh, yes, I know
it's
this fucking guy.
It's fucking,
Yeah.
it's him at
Is
work.
this
He's like,
is
another
his-
day at the office.
Is his mouth always open the entire
Always
time?
open.
Yeah, I've seen this guy.
Yo, so I got his number and I'm going to Boston to do a documentary about it.
Dude, hell yeah.
I just watched. He just linked with the 25-year-old DC Bachelor. You ever see that guy?
No, I haven't.
What's his name? Tony P. They linked like recently. I saw a video of them at the steakhouse together, and they're like, "It's great to be here at Tony P." And Tony P's like, "Let's go, man. We got steaks coming." Yeah.
Those guys are the ideal employees for any company.
Fucking
They will
right,
never
dude.
betray you. They'll give 100%.
Yeah, that's it. Those are the funniest dudes possible. Tony P. You gotta see Tony P.
What's best about them
Oh
is
shit,
like,
my bad.
they didn't like mean to be famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he just wanted to genuinely post the shit, and now the
Yeah.
whole world's watching.
Yeah. They literally want to just inspire people. Now
That's
they're
like
inspiring
Pookie though.
millions.
You watch Pookie? Pookie and Jet. Those are good people.
Are they motivational?
It's just it's just
employees?
rich. It's just two rich Southerners.
Oh, sick.
Jet just keeps buying Pookie nice shit. He's like, Pookie, you look amazing tonight. Pookie, what are you wearing tonight? She's like, this jacket's from fucking. It's great.
I can't wait to watch
It's really wholesome. What did fucking Pookie do?
Pookie was in hot water for wearing an antebellum dress at a party in her college days.
it. Antebellum, like during the slave times?
Sort of, but
Well-
it wasn't, they're from the South.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone used to do that.
Who
in
the fuck
South.
didn't think Jet and Pookie were clearly racist?
They were in hot
You've never
water.
seen
though.
them. You go, these are somehow still slave owned. They own slaves now.
They figured it out.
They're definitely owning slaves. I looked up. Actually, McCaffrey did. That's hilarious. Christian McCaffrey was like obsessed with Pookie and Jet.
Yeah.
And then he looked into Jet. The guy, I think his name's Jet. The guy's a fucking genius. He finished like top of his class at Penn. Like Jet's the fucking man, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch it, you're like, this guy's a fucking idiot. But just the way he's like, I don't know, he's like autistically talking to his.
His bay.
Yeah, you gotta see the boy.
Oh, he's a handsome Southern man.
He's a Southern
like it.
gentleman.
He's put together.
He's the best. Pookie's.
His bay.
So she was wearing an antebellum slave owner outfit. Was it a relic from that time, or it was in the style of that time?
I think that's totally exciting. Isn't that like
Sort of
a
like
Disney
a themed
princess?
party.
Sounds like a hatchet job.
It was sort of.
It sounds like they pissed off the Matrix, right?
Wait, they were in Aspen?
Oh,
That's a big deal, dude. Pookie's.
You didn't link?
You gotta link with them.
They're having dinner at steak places I can.
steak places,
They're going to fucking steak.
top tier steak places.
Pookie.
Andrew, do you have a favorite interview?
Damn, that's a tough one because there's the most impactful interviews, but there's
Yeah.
also my personal favorites.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think. What do you think comes to mind as like your favorite Channel 5 show you've seen?
I liked the January 6th one with the QAnon shaman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the Q shaman. That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that was fun to watch him just like screaming in the park, and the other guy,
Yeah, I
the
like
guy
that.
that linked you guys,
Oh.
that just brought you there
Kelly
to show
J.
you his
Patriot.
gun and shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jay Patriot.
Kelly's a real homie.
Oh no, it was in the. I think it was in the movie.
Oh,
the guy that ended up actually having charges for.
Enrique Tarrio.
Was that the guy that was like a pedophile hunter?
Oh,
and then
yeah,
you sat
pedo-
down with him and you're like, "What's this?"
Pedo Dave.
And he was like, "What the fuck's that?"
Well, yeah, because like we had found this guy.
Here's your mugshot for being a pedophile. And he's like, "I don't know what the fuck that is. Who's saying that? The CIA?"
No, it was crazy because we found this guy on BitChute or some shit, and he was like, "I'm Dave, the pedophile hunter." He's
Yeah.
like, every day he exposes a new pedophile. He's like, today Eminem, the next day it's like Chris Tucker, and he's saying it, and then he was like Ice Cube, like everybody.
Yeah.
So I looked the guy's name up, and he has like he's a convicted child molester. So I'm like, but you'd think he'd want to drift away from talking about that kind of stuff, but no, he wanted to really own it.
He's hunting him down.
But off camera, he gave me some whole explanation where like the deep state set him up because he was criticizing the pharmacies for prescribing Adderall to the kids in the Boy Scout troop that he was a leader of. And so the Adderall lobby and the Ritalin lobby took him down on false charges. And I was like, really?
I hope not.
So what? He was a boy pedo?
He was a Boy Scout leader.
Oh no.
And you know what's more fucked up? In Bed-Stuy in like the 70s.
Oh no.
So like he was like commuting into an inner city black neighborhood to be a Boy Scout leader and then doing molestation.
He totally
so
turned
it's pretty
Jay-Z
fucked
into a
up.
Oh yeah, ew, they were black. God, that's even worse.
I honestly did kind of feel bad about that scene though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't do something like that.
you weren't
again.
trying to do like a gotcha thing, but
I don't like, you kind of build a glass house when you do shit like that. You know what I mean? You kind of seem like this like ball buster person who like you know, misleads interview subjects. So now if I was to meet him, I'd be like, hey, I happened to see online that, you know, you have these charges. Can we talk about that? But you know, I don't like, my style's changed a lot since those days too. I don't like ambushing people.
Dude, your
and
style's
shit.
changed so freaking much, dude. You've
Thank
evolved.
Had to.
It's so good. It's so great.
Hey man.
yeah, I was talking to you outside about the end of the Trump convoy thing at the border. I thought that was great when you were like, let's not make fun of these guys. Let's figure out why they're doing this. Like it doesn't help at all when people show up and are like, look how dumb these people are. It's like, that's only going to make them more against you. I don't know. Although I will say, I saw not that this is totally similar to what we're talking about. I saw a black dude wearing a MAGA shirt yesterday when I was leaving the airport. Shit pumps me up, dude. I can't deny it. That shit fires me up. See a fucking black dude who's jacked wearing a MAGA, like the fucking Predator shield on it. The Punisher. I always say Predator.
It's Punisher.
He got the Punisher shield on there. I was like, let's go, brother.
I wonder if it was MAGA Hulk that you saw.
MAGA.
He wasn't that. He wasn't Hulk status.
Because there's a huge black bodybuilder dude who's like Trump's most loyal California soldier.
MAGA Hulk.
No, but I appreciate that you like
But
that
yeah,
part.
that part was just, I think that's the most important part of it.
I think that like 95% of people don't have hate in their hearts. I
Yeah.
think that they think that they're advocating for the right cause. So when you talk to people, it's not like they're spewing racist bullshit or whatever. Like they're just normal people who think they're there for the right reasons. So you got to figure out why. Start with that, lead with that, and then see if you can have a real conversation. But too much of the news already has the agenda laid out. So you're going in hot trying to make people look a certain way because you want to rise in the ranks of whatever corporate newsroom that you're working at. And the same, it's also on the conservative side. You feel me? Like they don't want to possibly admit that they're wrong about anything. And so when I was at that trucker convoy, it was half like mainstream Democrat reporters from like ABC and Comedy Central who are there to make them look as stupid as possible. And the other half is conservatives who are just raising funds and just like figuring out how to make money off the situation. Like, oh, can you Zelle me for gas money so we can go defend the border? It's the typical playbook of like, because on the conservative side, it's more like just individuals hustling their supporters for money. Whereas on like the more like Democrat side, it's like a larger force at play.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But everyone's finessing in their own lane.
Yeah. I'm about to become a conservative. About to start finessing. Can you give me some gas money?
You're finessing me, motherfucker. I'm your sponsor.
I brought candy.
You did get some candy. You got jelly beans, dude.
Jelly beans is the best candy.
Jelly beans is not the best candy. That's a crazy take.
It's not.
No?
It's across the
Jelly
board.
beans are
Everyone's going
so
to disagree
fucking
with
good,
you.
dude.
Jelly beans are the best candy. They're not top 10.
They're top 10 for Easter.
For Easter, they're top 10. It's just a deep breath. Top 10 for Easter.
Bro was like letting that stew for like 30 seconds. He was like, fuck.
The top 10 for Easter. Yeah, yes, dude.
Going to the grotto with some of our great friends from Austin.
Oh, shit, they're here.
Quintessential Palm Beach, baby. I absolutely love this. It's giving Palm Beach vibe, Nantucket vibes, Chanel vibes. What do you want?
Why does he sound like that?
Thank you, babe.
What fucking accent is that? Kentucky vibes. I've never heard anyone sound like that anywhere.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's
He's
fucking
the man.
sick.
He's the man. People were trying to hate on him at first. Now they love him. Now they're like, everyone loves Pookie and Jet. I think,
Shout out Pookie and Jet.
Yeah, they will.
Shout out to them, bro.
Luke Belmar's the fucking man, dude. I'm back on Luke. Nothing but positive vibes, dude. I don't want to make fun of anybody.
No, hell no. Only positivity up in here.
Luke Belmar's the fucking man.
He is. All these people we talked about.
They are really funny.
So
Elliot Arby fucking
Elliot is
rules,
my
dude.
favorite. I want to talk to him so
Yeah.
bad. Like, I want to go to one of these sales conferences.
Yeah.
Because being a used car salesman is inherently built on like
I
deception.
sold cars.
You sold them.
I sold cars, and that's one of the reasons. Also, I had like an instant dislike for it. Was like I was imagining if I showed up to work and they're like, "We're going to a work conference today," or like there was a mandatory work conference at my dealership. You have to be one of the people in that conference room where he's like going around like, "You're fat." I'd be sitting there like, "Dude, I'm fucking done, dude. I'm selling cars. I got a guy call me fat." He's like, "Do you love selling your cars? Do you fucking love it?" It's like, no, I don't want to do this.
What kind of dealership was it?
There's a Honda dealership.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, real low pressure. It was great.
Yeah,
things
at
practically
least
sell
it's selling
themselves.
reliable cars.
Yeah, I was like, "Do you want a Accord or a CRV or whatever? We got it. If you don't want it, that's fine."
So what is the main way to make sure that you land a sale?
I was not the best salesman. I was too low pressure. I was genuinely like, if you leave this dealership, go to our competitors, get a price from them, come back, I'll have to match it or beat it. I don't care how much you pay for the car. I'd rather you pay the cheapest amount. And I would go in and get them the slip to show them how much we paid for the car.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is close to as low as I can get it.
So you weren't deceiving these people.
No, but they thought I was because I was doing all that.
Yeah.
There were certain people that were like, "You fucking scumbag."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I swear to God, I don't want to be here.
Was
I
that
just got out of
in
college."
Mechanicsburg?
Yeah.
Nice. Where'd you go to college at?
Westchester.
Oh my God, that's where I was born.
Yeah,
Well, I was
Westchester's
born at
the
Bryn Mawr
shit.
Hospital.
Hell yeah.
Did you go to college at the same time that Asher Roth made the "I Love College" anthem?
I
at your
was
same
there.
school?
I was there when it was going around. It was.
Oh my
It
God.
was. Let me see.
What a
That
legendary
was
time.
Huge.
Had to be like 2010, 2010, 2011.
I think it was. Yeah, I love college.
Was the album "Sleeping in the Bread Owl"?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
love
want to go to
Asher.
college for the rest of my life.
I mean, he's 38. It was probably around the same time.
He's 38. See, I'm still in college.
What year? Yeah, it was right when I got there.
did you live in the borough?
Yeah, I lived. Yeah,
Nice.
in town. It was awesome.
That's sick.
That's where we were filming our show. That's on Netflix. So I was just there.
In Westchester.
I was in Westchester yesterday.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah,
Right.
you and Bam Margera, two Westchester
Yeah,
legends.
I love it,
There's
dude.
a high
Me,
cultural,
Bam Margera.
high cultural output.
I believe Modest Yahoo.
Modest Young was from Westchester.
I believe
He does like a monthly show at Stubbs here.
Asher Roth, Modest Yahoo, Bam, and me.
Yeah, I guess.
Although I'm Mechanicsburg. I'm Mechanicsburg all day.
yeah,
Modest Yahoo's Westchester. Let's go.
dude. So the SNL moment. You tired of talking about it, or what?
No, I don't care. It was pretty neat.
To have that full circle, like, did you feel like more gratitude or more vengeance?
Definitely. I don't want to say gratitude because that's lame, but yes.
Like, were you like, "Fuck yeah, fuck you guys, I'm back," or was it like,
No. There was no.
That's good.
There was almost no part of me that was like, "Yeah, in your fucking face."
So you've just grown a lot the past couple of years.
I didn't really feel that way then either. Like when I was getting fired, I was kind of like, "Yeah,
So you just like you just take
Yeah, I
shit in
get it.
stride, basically.
Kind
yeah,
of
good or bad, yeah."
Kind of the whole time you're like, I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, the entire time I was like, "There's no way I'm getting hired on this." Yeah, and I did think it was funny. As soon as I got done with my monologue, there were articles about how I sucked and I bombed. That was funny. I like after the show, I was like, there was a part I was in the car on the way to the after party, and I was like, I'll look at the internet now. I turned my phone off the whole week because I knew everything was going to be that type of shit. And then I was like, yeah, let's see what the internet can't talk shit on that.
Right.
Let's see what the fucking liberals have to say now. And it was like Yahoo News, Shane Gillis bombs. That was like a headline. I was like, oh man.
You definitely did not bomb.
No, I didn't. I was happy with it. It was really cool. It was very nice. My family was there. It was it was like happy. I was happy for like an hour after the show.
You got an hour of happiness?
I got an hour.
Hey,
It's
man,
rare.
It's more than most people get.
Yeah, it felt good.
As far as bombing, like that seems like the most difficult part of becoming a stand-up comedian, right?
Yeah.
Just that fucking pressure of perhaps doing that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Lemaire, you're an expert.
Yeah, dude. Absolute silence and no joy.
Absolutely. That's the worst. Like, at least if people hate it,
Yeah.
you can be like, yeah, fuck you. Like, get in a fight. I did a show, I'd say it was like 2 years ago. It was at the Cellar. There's a club downstairs I killed, and then I had to go straight away upstairs, and I was on next. So this is all within 2 minutes of getting off stage. I got on stage on the next show and got zero. Like, not even, no one was upset. No one was laughing. It was just dead silence.
Just stone-faced
for
individuals?
15 fucking minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
Of just quiet. And then I did a Trump impression at the end, and they were like, yeah, this is really funny. And I was like, no, fuck you guys, dude. You guys hated me.
Were you in Portland or something?
No, I was in New York. It was yeah. Just hit a rare fucking absolute zero from the
Flat
jump.
tire.
And I think it was because I went in with the energy of like, I just killed down there. Because in your head, you're like, this crowd's gonna be hot too. They loved me downstairs. You go up to, you're like, hey, what's up, everybody? Just instantly, they're like, ew.
Yeah, we did a fucking tour for Channel 5, for the movie we did a couple years ago, and like I have no idea how to do stand up, but I had to do like a 10-minute monologue before every screening, and so I was doing so badly at first that I would just start complimenting the city the whole time, and everyone was like, "Yeah!" So I remember I got in Fresno, and I was like, "You know what, guys? People want to come to California. They want to go to San Diego, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, San Francisco, but there's no California without Fresno." And everyone's like, "Yeah!" So I would just filibuster for 10 minutes straight by being like, "Let's go Bulldogs." You know what I mean? Like, I just went over to the Trader Joe's. That place is awesome. And I just kept going, and it worked for me. So that's my strategy.
Oh, that really works.
People respond to regional, appeasement.
Yeah, they really do.
Did you guys talk to Jeffrey Johns down by the highway?
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Cincinnati was the easiest because of the Skyline chili. I just brought the chili on stage and like pulled it out of my fucking jacket. I was like, look what I got. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, don't you guys hate Cleveland? And they're like, fuck Cleveland. It became so easy.
Yeah, that's very fun. You can do that. That's very easy.
Yeah.
It's more fun to go on and make fun of it, to shit on it.
What do you think is the easiest city to shit on?
Peoria.
Peoria, the people of Peoria got very upset with me. I guess on Rogan I said it was the biggest shithole I've ever been to. The guy who works, somebody from like the government there, sent me like a care package of like a shirt that's very funny. It's like, Peoria, it's not that bad. I take it back. Peoria is not that bad. It's not the worst. The worst city to perform in I've ever had was Bakersfield, California.
Wow.
That was the worst.
How come?
They were just rowdy. It was all like oil workers, like dudes that worked on an oil rig. They're in the oil fields.
They're pent up, bro.
Yeah, and they got it was like, they were just hammered, yelling. They were having fun, but it's hard to try to do your little act while dudes are out there like, do Trump now.
Sideys.
Yeah, where's Matt? Indiana's got some rough spots.
Oh yeah, Indianapolis.
Indiana, yeah. I actually like Indianapolis.
Which one? Gary's pretty rough too.
Gary's fucking rough.
Gary
dude.
doesn't exist.
Everyone's living in a shed there.
Yeah.
Have you seen the houses there? It's fucking wild.
Isn't that where Michael Jackson's from?
Yeah.
And Freddie Gibbs.
And,
They got some good ones.
Gibbs.
Peoria's got, what's his name? They got Kinnison and Pryor.
Yeah.
Dude, I was on the plane like a month ago
Yeah.
in first class, and I was sitting next to this Anheuser-Busch representative.
Sick.
And I was like, how you doing? He's like, we're fucking coming back. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we got fucking Shane Gillis. I'm like, really? He's like, all that shit from last year? No one's even gonna fucking remember that. He's like, we got this shit. He's like, don't tell anybody. I was like, I won't. He's like, we got fucking Shane. He was amped up, bro. I know he's gonna watch this, man.
Yeah, they're gonna be pumped, dude.
Yeah, dude.
They're pumped. You know what's funny is that's how they are. A lot of those guys.
Yeah, bro.
I'm friends with a lot of those guys. I'm sure I knew the person it was.
Probably so.
Yeah. They get fired up. They came to Austin. They came to Rogan's Club and they got after it. It was like the night we were like agreeing on me signing with Bud Light, and they got after it.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
I mean, thank God something was done, because I was in like central Iowa, and I ordered a Bud Light, and dude, it was intense. I was like, I'll grab a Bud Light, and they're like, you want that rainbow beer? And I was like, what? They're like, here you go, here's your Bud Light. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you guys, man.
Yeah, they held it down. A lot of dudes held it down.
they
They're
were
like,
pissed.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
And they're like, where are you guys from? California? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, I'm not going there. I was like, what? There you go. I've seen the videos. I'm like, of what? I know what videos they're talking about,
Yeah,
but
of
he was
course.
like, the ones with the
Yours.
stealing. Yeah, I was like, did I do that shit?
Yeah,
A lot of bros call flack for supporting Bud Light during the dark times.
I held so strong, dude.
Yeah. He held it
I
down, dude.
held it down.
Hold.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna be back, dude.
Yeah, people really overreacted about that shit.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, calm the
And
fuck
also
down.
the thing is it didn't. fuck any of the people that made any of those decisions at Bud Light. It only fucked all the distributors, all these like normal dudes,
Yeah.
like middle class. They got fucked,
Right.
you know? Not
Yeah.
like
I don't know if you saw like Sturgis Bike Week last year. They had like a Bud Light tent that was just like, totally vacant. And all right next to it's like Coors and Miller. You can't even fucking walk around. I was like, Jesus, guys.
yeah, go grab a Bud, dude. My dad's on it. My dad's holding strong now.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
or against Bud
He's
Light?
for.
Oh, nice.
But now he lives in Mechanicsburg, so he goes to like shitty bars
Yeah, I love
where
the
like
bars
at
out there.
first they like hand you a Bud Light and they're like,
Yeah.
my dad's just sitting there by himself. Just
If you go to a bar in Mechanicsburg, do you see Steelers flags and shit?
yeah, there's a lot of Steelers fans.
Yeah.
Mechanicsburg's a lot of Steelers. Mechanicsburg's split, say 60-40 Steelers.
There's some Raven heads in there too.
Oh yeah, a lot of Ravens
Why?
because it's close to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Baltimore's the closest.
I love that place.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Weird Boston.
People hate on it, but it's sick.
There's some good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fells Point.
I like
Hamden.
Hamden.
Hamden. Two Hamden men.
dude, I was Boston. Boston's so nice.
It's sick.
I can't believe how nice. Like obviously the nice part of Boston is like,
But
it's easily the nicest Northeast city.
even like around Boston is nice too. Like
Yeah.
you just like leave like
Yeah,
out of-
Cambridge is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somerville, Everett,
Foxborough. Is that it? That's where the Patriots
it's out
play.
there. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, cool.
hell yeah, bro. What's your favorite city?
My favorite city. Right here in Austin, Texas, brother. It's pretty
it really?
nice. It's actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Austin's pretty fucking
Yeah.
good.
Every time I go somewhere else, I'm like, I can't wait to get back
Can't
to
wait to
Austin.
get home, dude.
Get back to that nice long day.
Nashville's fun.
Yeah.
Nashville rules.
You guys ever been to Yuma, Arizona?
No.
It's nice.
I have. I was out there. I was staying at Bisbee, Arizona. That's not too far.
Wild West Town.
Yeah,
Is Yuma, is that after the movie 310?
the movie's after.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
technically the hottest city in the U.S. It's like 128 in the summer.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can't go to any like really hot places. Like I know I'm gonna be a complete puddle this summer, but like I can't.
You and me
really-
need to start doing Pookie and Jet videos. Where I get to fucking dress you up. I go, Pookie looks absolutely stunning today. He's wearing swim trunks and a Hawaiian shirt. Pookie looks amazing tonight. He's got on these fucking Skechers from Target. Yeah,
These shoes are sick, man.
Thanks. I just got these
I
off
didn't
the
know you
internet.
had shoe swag.
Are they?
Yes,
yeah.
bro. What the hell?
Yes.
You're like a graffiti writer from Australia with those.
Yeah. Draw a fucking swastika. I'm gonna fucking spray paint a swastika on this fucking Aborigines house. That type of graffiti or what type of graffiti?
Yeah, that type of
Talking about a guy outside of LeBron James' house that one time?
Wait, what happened to LeBron James'
I don't know.
house?
I think it was a false flag. Dude.
Oh, okay. He tried to get
I think
Rusty
that
Wallace.
I think that one was a false flag.
Was the NASCAR guy? That was a false
NASCAR was
flag.
a false flag.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
That was a false flag.
That destroyed Talladega race weekend for a lot of people.
It did.
Shit, back when I used to go to Talladega, like it was way more rowdy.
Yeah.
Now that kind of polarized the community.
Are you a raceman? Do you like do you like races?
I like the people at the races for
Yeah,
sure.
it's fun to
I
go
like to
to.
be in the lot across the street where all the camper vans are at. and
Yeah,
shit.
okay.
Speaking of false flag graffiti, do you guys remember that white guy from Ohio who like said that he was being targeted by like anti-white vandals and he spray painted his own house with like Crips rule and shit? You guys got to look this up.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
I'm gonna go talk to him because he still stands strong. He's like, no, they did this.
Yeah.
Did it? I love when dudes stand strong after.
Is there like proof of him actually doing it, or just
No, but it's like he lives in the middle of the suburbs, and like it's like blacks rule, Crips rock, like all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? It's like
People rule.
Whitey sucks, all this shit, and he's like, they're coming after me now. It's like I don't think they are.
They actually might. If I was a kid, I would do that. So if there was one white guy in the neighborhood, that's a black kid. And yeah, I'd go do that. I'd throw rocks at his house.
Yeah,
Not if it was the other way around, but yes, in that scenario, yes.
yeah, you're a little black kid. And,
If I was a little black kid and there was one white house,
yeah,
yeah, I'd be all
going
over
at
it. I'd be all over that fucking house.
yeah, burn a cross on his lawn.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Now that my favorite holding it down was the translator, the guy that got on stage with Obama in South Africa. It was a thing for Nelson Mandela, and the guy pretended he was a translator and just stood on stage directly next to Barack Obama, just like
He didn't speak sign language.
He had no idea. He had never done.
Shit.
Turns out they go to his house to interview him, and he was like, "I'm fucking schizophrenic." He's like, "You have no idea what I'm doing." He's like, "Yeah, I got out of a mental hospital and went straight there."
Wait, so nobody even hired him?
No, he
Holy
just
shit.
showed up and was like, "I'm the interpreter." You can do that. There's a whole thing of people getting in trouble for being a fake interpreter.
Just showing up.
Well,
And sometimes they're very serious. Sometimes it's like a missing woman, or like they found the body of a child or something, and there's somebody at the police press conference next to it, like.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just up there.
The Peekaboo murder
He's
case.
a peekaboo murderer. Oh man, so you're sticking around tonight?
I think so, man. I'm down.
Damn,
Should
those
we?
Bud Lights look nice on you. Those
Hey,
kids.
yeah, by the way, this guy gifted me these sick ass Bud Light Air Force Ones.
They keep sending me Bud Light Air Force One. I can't wear. I refuse to wear them. They're very nice.
I'm gonna wear this shit every day for the next month.
Yeah.
Like, you know who got me these? Check it out.
Post Malone.
They are fresh, dude.
But yeah, we should be good. That's about time. Dude, thanks a lot.
Oh, fuck
Is there
yeah,
anything
man.
you want to talk about?
No.
Anything you want to promote or anything?
Oh, shit, no.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to hang out and
All
shit.
right, cool,
Should
cool, cool.
Should we promote anything?
No.
No.
You're more than welcome to.
Just follow rule number 1.
Hell yeah.
Have fun.
Panties in my podcast. What is that?
Say it with your chest.
I said it, dude. Panties in the Mouth podcast. Go give her a listen.
Yeah, listen to it. Thank you. We miss you, Matthew.
The Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Yo.
What's up, brother? What's going on, man?
Chillin', man. Hanging out. hanging out.
What the fuck, dude? We're here
I'm
with
in a great- I'm
Nick
in a- I'm
Bryant.
just in a silly
You're
mood.
just-
I'm in a
you're
very
wacky
silly mood.
man today.
I'm a wacky man. I'm in a very light mood.
Well-
I just read. Did you ever read Thomas Merton before?
I have read Thomas Merton.
I finished his book, Seven Story Mountain.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What's it about?
Oh, it's about this guy who becomes a Trappist monk and how his whole journey, like basically kind of draft dodged, honestly. He was facing World War II and he was
He's
like,
actually,
maybe
I'm
I
a monk.
will become.
I'm actually a monk.
And he's pretty clear about it. He was like, I was just going to check it out. And they're like, they'll give you one more month to get your affairs in order. And he's like, yeah, monk it is. And his brother went actually and died as a pilot. And he wrote a very beautiful poem for his brother at the end of the book.
Oh,
It
damn.
was about his like brother's dead body that's just charred up in the middle of some field.
Jesus
Pretty
Christ.
great. It's a beautiful book though.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He embraced Eastern philosophy
Yeah.
and Buddhism, and he was like the first major religious heavyweight in the West to do that. So that his writings are actually still pretty popular.
Yeah. So either way, that's why I'm in a very light mood. I finished it last
Buoyant.
night.
Thomas Merton has made you buoyant.
It has. He's
right.
he's lifted me above just this absolute terrible society that we're all trapped in.
Well, I'm sure our discussion will bring you back down to earth.
Yeah,
and,
let's talk Diddy.
Put you in the seventh circle of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah. So you did a deep dive on the diddler himself.
P. Diddy, yes. You know, it's kind of interesting. I like to stick to facts.
Mhm.
And I've been watching people talk about P. Diddy, and some guy says this, and there's just been this rabid speculation. And then I think I've even seen the Illuminati, that he's part of the Illuminati or something like that.
That's Jay-Z.
And yes. And so I decided to take a deep dive into P. Diddy. I got his lawsuits, the 5 lawsuits that were pending against him. I read them. And 2 of those lawsuits were initiated by women who were minors at the time. I mean, he was really into roofing young girls.
Yeah.
And molesting them. And one of the girls that he roofied, he took video of him doing a Bill Cosby on her, and then showed it to a bunch of his friends after. And so he's kind of a nasty piece of work. But all his homes were equipped with hidden cameras.
Yeah. Remind you of anyone?
Yeah, really.
So people are comparing him to Epstein. Now it's going to be interesting because I believe that he's going to take the fall for a lot.
You think he's going
Yeah,
down?
I think he's going to take the fall for a lot of people. because there are. I mean, he
That's
was.
very-
He
It's
was
very unlike Diddy, though. He let Shine go to.
True. Well, actually, that was like almost like a real trial. I think this one's going to be very carefully choreographed, and some other like maybe his sons may go down. I mean, his sons seem to be rapists too. So it's kind of interesting. But where the two interconnect, it's kind of which is what I found out is Damian Williams is the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. And he was the one that covered up the Epstein trial. His district oversaw that investigation, and they only called 4 witnesses. And those victims had only been molested by Epstein and Maxwell. They didn't call any witnesses that were molested by any of the power brokers that Epstein was pandering to.
Is this the original trial where they sealed it, or his most recent one?
No, the last one.
Okay,
actually, Maxwell's trial.
Gotcha.
He was going to prosecute Epstein too, but Epstein, his death kind of precluded that.
True, yeah.
But yes, that trial was totally choreographed, and it was a total fix. I mean, Maxwell should have been indicted on multiple counts of child trafficking. And the procurers should have been, they could have done a RICO with it, where you get the procurers, you indict them on 10 counts of child trafficking, they're looking at 1,000 years, and then they roll over on the big fish. And that did not happen in that case at all. They kept it very tight, and only Maxwell was the one that went down. Now, that guy is the guy, and because it's kind of strange that P. Diddy's homes in LA and Miami were the ones that were searched, but that search warrant emanated from the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams. So he's taking the helm of the P. Diddy
he's in
case.
control of all. Yeah, that's
And
kind of nuts.
So that's why I know that the fix is in with P. Diddy. But this is also interesting. Damian Williams went to Yale Law School on a grant from the Soroses.
What?
And where it gets a little interesting is Peter Soros, their kid, is in Epstein's black book, and he's circled twice. Now, being circled incriminates you because the house manager who ripped off the black book circled all the people that he thought were in cahoots with Epstein, and Peter Soros is circled twice. So that's kind of a conflict of interest, but I don't think that really matters.
So why are the penalties so low? So she got 20 years, right, for trafficking kids?
Yeah.
Because if you look up, you hear about guys molesting kids, they get out a lot of times. Like, did you see the Nickelodeon thing?
Yeah.
Well, they would get out after like
Pickle
6
Boy?
Yeah, Pickle Boy. They would do.
Pickle
Why?
Boy.
How is the
Free
law
my
set
man,
up?
Pickle Boy, dude. Free
right,
my
dude.
man, Pickle Boy.
Proof him, dude. Put him under the jail, dude.
Yeah, he's back.
How is it that the penalties are only like 6 years for that versus like you would think like
Dude, we were watching. We watched Zodiac last night. The alleged Zodiac killer,
yeah.
Lee Allen or whatever.
Yeah.
He got in the middle of being the Zodiac, allegedly.
Yeah.
He got arrested working at a school for molesting children. He went to jail for like 3 years.
Yeah, why is the penalty so low for that?
Got out, went right back to writing Zodiac letters and killing people. Anyway,
Jerk.
yeah, you get like 10 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have no idea why the law is set up that way. You would think, like, I always say, like, who would you rather live next to, and that should be the law. How long you go to jail for? Pedophiles, 100 years. 100
Well, I
years.
mean, it's
that's a-
not 4.
it's a 15 to life sentence. So I'm sure that if you're living in a trailer park and you molest a girl, that they'll put you away for life.
Yeah.
But it's a little different with the people that run our world, I guess.
Or it's a life sentence to live with your mom. I think that's the life sentence. Life sentence, your mother's basement for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you gotta go home.
I would off myself
grounded.
before that happened.
You just get grounded, I guess, if you're a pedophile. But yeah, that's crazy. Maxwell was like, she was famous for it. You'd think they'd make an example out of her for a long time. You were saying she's in a dormitory now?
She's in a dormitory. And the dormitories are generally for people that have done time and been exemplary prisoners and are about to get out. But she's right in a dormitory now.
That's
so
crazy.
And she got how many years?
she got 20 years.
Do you think how many of those do you think she's serving?
Well, in the Fed system, I mean, not that this is going to really count.
Yeah.
In the Fed system, you've got to do 85% of your time. So she should end up doing like 27 years or 17 years.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, she kept her mouth shut, and she's got a lot of money that's waiting for her. And I think that was kind of the deal. This is just my opinion. My surmise is, they sat Maxwell down. They said, Ghislaine, you've done some really good stuff for us. You've enabled us to blackmail a lot of people. But, if you keep your mouth shut, you won't end up like Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, you're going to have to do some time, but then you're going to have lots of money when you get out.
Yeah, maybe she'll have her own like Target line. She'll have like home goods Target line. Buy Ghislaine Maxwell.
I was thinking, I don't know if Target would stoop that. Maybe Walmart should have her own Walmart line.
True.
I'm a Minnesotan, and Target began in Minnesota.
True,
So
true.
I have kind of a special affinity
Excuse
for it. Although, what's kind of strange is I think Walmart and Target are kind of a jump ball, but as far as like quality and service and things like that. But people in New York actually have Target bags. It's almost chic to have like a Target bag. I've never ever seen a Walmart bag, someone using a Walmart bag in New York.
Yeah, they'll walk around. Usually they're homeless if they're walking around.
Yeah, if you got the Walmart bag, things aren't going well.
Yeah, that's not a Louis Vuitton purse by any means.
Well, actually, I saw a homeless guy in New York a couple of weeks ago. He had like 8 Target bags.
No.
So
he was doing well.
Homeless chic. Yeah.
Well, so the Diddy thing, you think Diddy's I wonder. I don't think Diddy thinks he's gonna go down.
Where do you get that?
I just think about it because they were saying he could just flee the country, but I was like, I don't think he thinks he's gonna.
Somebody just told me that. They're like, Matt said he doesn't think he's going down. I was like, is Matt fucking talking to him?
No, I'm just saying because otherwise you think he would flee, but if he's, I don't know.
I think he is. I think the boys got him.
He invented the remix, dude. You think he's not going down?
Now that's a valid point.
Because otherwise, he has the means to. He's a flight risk. He could take off.
I would think that there's an eye in the sky on P. Diddy.
You think point. It's like, okay, that makes sense.
I think the people that raided his house are
true.
pretty powerful.
True.
I think they got a good location on that guy.
Yeah.
Like, we know you got blackmail stuff. That's what I heard. I heard they raided the house to get the
blackmail material.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing happened with Epstein, where they drilled his safe and they pulled out hundreds of DVDs.
What?
And I've done freedom of information requests on. I didn't, of course, want the DVDs because who knows, what licentious, nefarious things they're filled with. But I did ask for reports on the DVDs.
I've been having a tough time getting Pornhub down here. I might need the Epstein DVDs.
The box set.
The box set, dude. Get the portable DVD player going in the bathroom.
Well, if I ever get the DVDs, I'll
toss me the good ones. Toss me the good ones.
So
scrub the bad stuff and
get rid of the bad stuff.
It's kind of funny. When Epstein died, the Fed said the case was closed.
Yeah.
So then I put in a FOIA for the reports, and then they said the case is ongoing.
Oh, really?
And then I did it again. I don't know, about 3 months ago. And then again, they said the case is ongoing. I mean, the guy's in the ground and rotting, but the case is ongoing. So
trying to see that Stephen Hawking. I'm trying to see.
I want to see Stephen Hawking fucking.
That would have been tough.
Reverse
I think.
Reverse forward.
Just back that thing up, dude.
Maybe
back it up, Terry.
Hawkins might know some stuff about physics that we don't have a clue about.
True.
So, yeah,
True.
You never know.
Sexually, he could. Get a little wormhole going.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So he got. So Diddy, I know who was implicated in Diddy's was Cuba Gooding Jr. got hit pretty hard. Everyone thinks Meek Mill was involved just because he was like, they named basically his circumstances. But what was like the worst one? Because I knew he had the case against Cassie. That you're saying he had the underage people. Then there was
Little
producer.
Rod.
Little Rod. That was the most fascinating one.
That was the last one. And Little Rod, I mean, it's kind of interesting because they've done 3 addendums. His attorneys have done 3 addendums to his initial statement. And each one is getting more salacious and nefarious.
Because the first one was pretty bad. That was
Little Rod with Cuba Gooding?
What's that?
Yes.
Was he the one that Cuba got?
Yeah. Cuba got him.
More like Cuba batting, if you ask me.
It's kind of interesting on that link that I sent you. It's
Come on, this is all I got.
the link that I sent you. It was Diddy and his kid Justin took a rapper. We only know the guy's name is G, and took him into the bathroom, and then multiple shots rang out, and then the door opened, and G was just happened to be bleeding from his abdomen, and Diddy told Jones, don't say I had anything to do with this, and I got to leave and take off. And then Jones was taken out. It was at Diddy's studio. Jones was taken out of the studio, and the cops were called. And I've got a news article that says that G was shot outside the studio. But Jones took pictures of the bathroom.
Of the blood in the bathroom.
And
I saw that.
There's a bunch of blood in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I think that shooting people, that's probably against the law too. It's hard. But Diddy's head of security, Fahim Muhammad, he was head of security for Michael Jackson. So there's a dude that knows how to keep secrets. And according to Jones, he's a fixer. He's really tied into the LAPD. And what's really interesting with that is, Michael Jackson was getting prescription drugs from all over, and he was using pseudonyms like Josephine Baker, and I think Jack London was one of them. But then Fahim Muhammad's name is right there as far as one of the people that was providing Jackson with drugs, and nothing happened to Muhammad. The doctor had some problems that was prescribing them, but nothing happened to Fahim Muhammad. So, and Jones maintains that he's like a superlative adept fixer, that he's got connections in the LAPD that can make either problems or people go away.
Damn. I think Diddy got too pumped on Empire. I think that might have been what happened. He might have watched Empire too many times.
Dude.
Freaked out.
Shoot a guy in the stomach in front of your son. Like, this is our empire. Dude.
Well, the son's busted. I heard the son is like for sure getting busted on one of the things.
Last lawsuit is against the son.
Yeah.
And it was Diddy rented a yacht, and some woman said that she had been molested. That the woman, Diddy's implicated because the woman said that Diddy set up a environment where these workers were going to get molested, and this woman
put him on a yacht.
Yeah, put him on a yacht. There's no way to go.
Yeah,
it's the implication.
Damn. Well, Diddy's going down. You heard it first. I didn't know. I was like, maybe they don't have enough solid stuff on him. So just a lot of it is like a lot of hearsay. But yeah, it seems like he's going to go to jail. He's going to go there.
I think he's getting Epstein.
Kels is out, but Kels, Diddy. Damn. Well, he's going to get killed?
Yeah, probably, right? If he does.
I don't know. They're going to probably give him the Ghislaine Maxwell talk. Did some bad things. And it all depends upon who he's compromising people for. Because there's enough information that his homes had hidden cameras, that I actually believe that his homes had hidden cameras. So I just don't think that he was blackmailing people for himself.
Yeah.
Now, what's really interesting is the guy that he started Bad Boy Records with is Clive Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And Clive Davis has an interesting criminal history. He was charged with not paying his taxes in 71, 72, and 73. He was head of CBS Records. And he was busted embezzling $94,000 from CBS Records. And the guy that he was using was a Genovese crime family named Pasquale Falcone. And how they intersected with, this is kind of interesting, how they intersected with Davis is Falcone was smuggling 22 pounds of heroin into the United States. And then they started looking at Falcone, and then they saw that he was doing these illegalities with Clive Davis. And then he also shelled out $250,000 for payola. That's giving kickbacks to radio stations, which is totally illegal. Yeah. But he did all these things, Clive Davis, he did all these things, and he walked. The dude never spent a day in jail.
Oh, then he teamed up with the diddler. That makes sense.
And then he came out with the diddler.
The feds said,
Yeah, that was the connection.
we need you. We need the diddler.
Damn.
So you've got it's an interesting alchemy right now with P. Diddy. You've got his head of security, who is a fixer, who knows how to keep secrets about child abuse. You've got Clive Davis, who has been busted on innumerable things and felonies and not spend a day in jail. And then you've got a U.S. attorney that likes to cover up child abuse. So it's a pretty interesting alchemy to see how those things all turn out.
What do you think about Jay-Z? Nothing on him yet at all?
There's a lot of innuendo about this person or that person. Like Diddy says when he was sued by his girlfriend Cassandra, Cassie Ventura. According to Jones, he says, well, I've got enough leverage on Bishop T.D. Jakes to get him to go to bat for me and say I'm a good guy and nice guy. And now Bishop T.D. Jakes, he's got a real estate empire. I mean, he's got a mega church in Dallas, but he's got like a real estate empire. And now one person on Twitter said that he's gay. So then the next thing, everybody in the news
That's
saying,
pretty good, though.
yeah, and he's blackmailing T.D. Jakes because he likes little boys, or whatever. So
one guy calling you gay on Twitter. That might be the straightest guy on earth.
And the person said, well, it's right there on Twitter.
Yeah.
So now here's a guy that's worth millions of dollars, and he just did a deal with Wells Fargo that could be up to $1 billion in housing. So, and he's a preacher, which his being a media mogul and also a real estate baron, it seems a little at odds with preaching. I mean, not when you get to the evangelical side and you're on television, I guess not.
Yeah, mega church. Yeah, mega churches are like basically businesses and stuff where you can, you just get a guy and be like, yo, fund me. I'm going to start 10 more of these things.
I got to meet Jim and Tammy Baker once. Not really the highlight of my life, but it was interesting. A friend of mine was an Herbalife distributor, and the feds busted him.
What? For what?
Dispensing Herbalife, marijuana.
Oh, he wasn't actually Herbalife, yeah.
This is before, I used to call it Herbalife. Now, but that reference is kind of lost.
He used to dispense Herbalife.
There was actually something called Herbalife.
I benefited financially.
There was actually something called Herbalife, but you guys are too young to know about that. When you get old and crusty like me, there's a lot of references there.
I remember Herbalife. The guys, there was this couple that would stand in the back of the church, and they had pins that said "Lose weight now, ask me how." And they would stand in the back of the church.
At Catholic church? Yeah. Get them out of there. They're selling their wares.
I know. I almost flipped. They had tables. I flip the tables. But yeah, it was this couple, and they had the guy with like a skinny guy with a mustache and the lady with 80s hair, and they were just standing in the back, and they looked great. I'll be honest. They were both good. Looking pretty slender.
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine,
Instagram. You had to just go stand in public and go,
lose weight.
I know secrets. There's secret drugs you can take. Everything will be better.
It was just a veteran, probably. Yeah.
Try crystal meth.
Yeah.
An Herbalife together, you will lose weight. So I was visiting a buddy of mine in the federal prison in Rochester, Minnesota, which is kind of like a club fed. A lot of mafia guys end up there, and when you visit someone, at least in this prison, they put you in a little group and then they escort you across this courtyard. And I was in the same group as Tammy Faye. And she looked like, she does when she's live, she looks like maybe an Avon train wreck or something like that. I mean, she's definitely putting on her makeup with a trowel.
Yeah.
And I wondered why Jim Baker got, he was originally like 100 years or something. I mean, it was appealed and got knocked down, and she got nothing. But when I met them both, so I was talking to my buddy, and
what they did, they were like a mega, what do they do?
Well, they had a mega church. And
they got arrested?
Well, he got arrested for embezzling and all kinds of other things.
Right.
And he was building like a born again. Damn. Yeah, there we go. There's
It's like a secretary from the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, it really is, dude. It's exactly that. That's crazy. Cleveland rocks.
So I was visiting my buddy, and then she came and sat next to Jim, and I was sitting next to my buddy, and he had this sinister grin on his face. I mean, there was something kind of malignant about him. And what I felt about Tammy was, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to go up to like this desk, and they'd give you a key, and then and I watched her go up to this desk, and the only thing I could think of, and I'm not trying to be disparaging here,
Sure.
but the only thing I could think of is she's really a fucked up person. I mean, that's really what I felt.
Honest.
I mean, and he's sinister, and now he's got his own evangelical show again.
Oh, he got out, and now he's back
Yeah.
to the same thing. So what was her deal, though? Was she there just to visit him?
To
Was it
visit
like
him,
She
yeah,
had
and
to
she
dump out.
ultimately.
Herbalife.
Just dumped out some Herbalife.
Did they get conjugals? Did he get conjugals in there? Is that, maybe he was smiling. 'cause he was about to get
conjugals
some pussy.
gotten. I don't think there's any more conjugals left.
They don't do
at
that
this
anymore?
Point. Not that I'm aware of. I
That's
mean,
too
of course,
bad.
prisoners have their own conjugal thing,
True.
but
True that.
of a certain stripe. But well, so Jim Baker's got his own show now, and you would think with all that scandal. I mean, I was also told that Jim. I probably shouldn't say this because it is derogatory and defaming, but I was told that Jim spent a lot of time on his knees when he was in prison.
Really?
Praying.
Yeah.
Damn, who told you that?
Some people that were that did time with him.
Damn.
So
Probably, I mean, his enthusiasm was probably great.
True.
so now that I know these,
You got to take it out. Come out of this.
so now that I know these
demon
things
out
about
of this
Jim,
Just anointing himself with the chrism, dude.
Running around after he gets the facial.
That is insane. I mean, again, I know what you're saying. You don't want to implicate yourself in any kind of negative smearing, but as just a joke, it's very funny for a mega church pastor to just be pulling it out of guys in prison.
Say your name, demons.
Be out.
Be gone from this man. Oh, Lord. Oh.
mega church pastors get into a lot of those problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all freaks.
Yeah, it's and I feel sorry for the people that believe in them and then ultimately end up giving them tons of money. And
Yeah.
there was an article. It was either Time or Newsweek did an article because Jim Baker would go out with all these prostitutes, and then he would have them do stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, and there was one prostitute that said, you know, I've got 2 kids, and I wouldn't let them near that guy. So, and here he
Damn.
is preaching to millions of people every Sunday.
Really? She was like, he was too,
I guess he's got some aberrations.
some requests.
Time magazine and or Newsweek, I can't remember which one, really didn't delineate on those aberrations, but I think that we can, from the anecdote that I've told you about is stay in prison, I think we can maybe
Yes,
extrapolate
true.
well.
Yeah. Probably some.
All right, so final thoughts on the diddler?
I think he's going to go down. But here's the thing. Diddy just didn't have musician friends, but he was plugged into politics, not quite like Epstein.
Vote or
but,
die.
but
Oh,
even-
yeah, I forgot about
Yeah, he was old. He was, yeah.
Yeah, true.
and he also had a lot of sports people too. So going to his, well, he had regular parties and then he had what he called freak off parties.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see if any other people are going to go down. And the feds can be very persuasive. I mean, they can say, Diddy, you made a lot of money. I mean, we can take it all.
Yeah, true.
And put you away for 1 million years, and then, or else you can go gently into that good night, and you can keep your money, and we won't arrest half your family.
Damn.
I wrote a book called Confessions of a DC Madam, and it was a guy about a guy who ran a gay escort service in Washington, D.C., and there was a CIA asset that would use his escorts to frame closeted guys. It was a blackmail operation. And here's a guy, he was a mortician.
That sucks. So, just being a guy fucking a gay prostitute and then be like, gotcha. And be like, fuck. We filmed you.
That would throw.
So with Henry, he was a mortician, but he was raised in like the southern corner of West Virginia, where people, preach with snakes and things like that. And so Henry moved to D.C. and he'd been closeted this whole time. And then through a weird set of circumstances, he bought an gay escort service. And from a guy that was dying. And Henry is really brilliant as far as a marketer. So what he did is he opened up the yellow pages and he started calling all the escort services, which are generally fly-by-night operations. And if the phone was disconnected, he'd call up the telephone companies and he'd say, I'll pay for the arrears. So he ended up with like half the escorts in the DC yellow
True
pages.
arrears.
True, yeah.
Rear enders. Butt sex.
So his dying friend was like, "Yo, I'll sell you. I'll give it a fire
it was
sale
actually
on a stable full
it was
of
someone
gay
he
men."
met who was like a gay version of the Chippendales.
Well,
Introduced him to this guy. So, and he just and there was a guy. Okay, so with Henry. Now, here's a guy that was running a gay escort service. I mean, all he was doing is running a gay escort service.
Yeah.
I mean, he
was gay too. You said he was gay in the closet, and then he bought.
He's an innocuous guy. He's a very gentle guy, very quiet, unassuming. I mean,
gay.
Yeah, you would never know that. If you just met him, you'd never know the kind of history he had. So he was indicted on 46 RICO counts.
Damn.
So he was looking at 395 years in prison. And this is what the feds said to him. Henry, we've used your escorts to compromise a lot of guys. And, we appreciate that. And we're going to make a deal with you. We can put you away for 295 years with all these RICO indictments.
Yeah. And that's in gay years or regular guy years? That's like 20 in regulars straight.
So they said, Henry, we'll give you a consolation prize. You keep your mouth shut and we'll only put you away for 5 years.
Whoa.
So he took the deal. But he was totally sold down the river by his attorney, who was Greta Van Susteren. I mean, what she did to him was pretty egregious.
What'd she do?
She basically sold him out to the government. Anything that the government wanted to do.
Oh, it sucks.
She allowed them to do. And she's a Scientologist. I don't know if you guys are familiar. But she got Henry to go to like Scientology boot camp and get cleared. He got
clear.
Once you're cleared, you get a blue cake. And then Henry actually got a blue cake. But then he had to go back and get sentenced. And
he got clear before he went to jail.
Yeah, he had some time.
Got blue caked.
He had some time to get cleared before he went to prison.
That's cool.
But that's what happened with him, is that he was made that deal. And I can see Diddy being made that deal.
Gotcha. That makes sense. He's gonna, the power brokers will.
Yeah.
I mean, how about people just stop being sexually impious and we wouldn't have these problems?
Speak for yourself.
I think in this day and age, that's kind of, I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, well, I feel like now they can just grab the web history off people. They can just snag your Pornhubs and be like, yo.
I'm really glad that I was a wild kid in my youth. And I'm really glad that smartphones weren't around in my youth. Dude. And YouTube wasn't around, or else I don't know if I'd be able to be a journalist, a respected journalist today. I mean, not that I'm that respected, but I'm somewhat respected.
You're on this podcast, so it's pretty good.
True. Yeah, no,
being plugged all the respected journalists go.
Being plugged into phone porn from 12 is like pretty wild.
Yeah, I've been reading about that. It severely messes kids up. That
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, Gardini's young.
Yeah, Gardini's
He's
victim.
an absolute deviant.
But then the thing about Pornhub is
Yes.
they've been busted like nearly 120 times with minors. I mean, you would think that they'd get shut down after 10 or 20 or 30 or something.
Putting out vids of minors, basically. Or just like child labor laws, like having like data entry.
And actually, there's been some girls that were minors that have sued Pornhub.
From their stuff being out. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Dang.
Everyone has to upload their ID, dude. That's what they do in Texas now. You have to upload your driver's license.
Yeah, I read about that.
I like that.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily a bad idea.
Obviously, probably a good thing, but
Yeah, it's fair.
it's dampening my jacks.
Yeah.
It's put a real damper on my jacks. You just go on and you're immediately reminded of child sex.
Yeah, true. You go. What do they say?
I
Like,
jack off to that. I don't need thumbnambs anymore. I jack off to the governor's warning. I go, oh my God, this is bad.
there's so much porn behind this.
That's innovative.
Yeah,
Or you just end up jacking off to your own license. Like, fuck it.
this is a crazy photo. It doesn't even look like me.
You know, the thing about it is, I'm sure you've got narcissists out there that do that.
I mean, yeah, especially your license photo. That'd be crazy.
All right, I think
That's supreme confidence.
we need to make the move, dude. We need to discuss the truth about Watergate.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's going on here?
The Truth About Watergate, that's my last book. Everything that you know about Watergate, the vast majority of it is a lie.
So Forrest Gump didn't break it up?
He played only a minor role in Watergate. It's interesting. What happened with Watergate, and there's been some really great books written about Watergate, but they're tomes, and they're very, very complex. And it's hard. I mean, you have to kind of study them. So my goal was to be the unified field theory of Watergate revisionist books. And what happened with Nixon is Nixon decided to do strategic arm limitation talks with the Soviets. And he also started to open up China for diplomacy, rapprochement. And he was doing this behind the backs of the CIA, the Department of Defense, and actually the State Department. And on his first or second day, Nixon didn't like the CIA, and because he felt that the CIA sabotaged him with when he ran against JFK in 1960. So Nixon, it was, I think, National Security Memorandum 2 was some kind of innocuous document that he issued his first or second day, where he said that the CIA, the Department of Defense, and the State Department will have no input whatsoever in any of my geopolitical moves. Basically, he was telling those three bodies just to go to hell, and he was going to do his own thing. And then he started making contact with the Russians, and then he started making contact with the Chinese. He'd been a Cold Warrior, and he saw that that wasn't working. He saw that containment wasn't working. And he just saw that we were spending all this money, and he just realized it wasn't, it just wasn't prudent. It would never work. So he started to do this, and then the Joint Chiefs of Staff actually had an espionage ring against Nixon. It's called the Moore-Radford affair. Thomas Moore was head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He was an admiral, and they used Moore and they used Radford, who was a yeoman. That was the link between, because he was using the National Security Council. Nixon was to do all these moves, and Radford was the liaison between the Joint Chiefs and the National Security Staff. So Radford was stealing all these documents. And Alexander Haig was in on it too. And actually Haig plays a role in the demise of Nixon. So Haig was enabling Radford to steal all these documents.
Who's Haig?
Alexander Haig is, he's a general. He was the Joint Chiefs of, he was Nixon's chief of staff. And then he was ultimately the overall leader of NATO.
Oh, I would love to see.
And he's from Philadelphia.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's from Philadelphia.
Damn.
Go Birds.
So the Joint Chiefs started this espionage ring against Nixon, but the Nixon administration outed the espionage ring.
Oh, they found out.
Yeah. So then the CIA started to infiltrate the Nixon administration, kind of like Scarface at the end of the movie, where he's double-crossed the Bolivian drug dealer and all those assassins, are coming. Okay, so that's what the CIA did to the Nixon administration. I mean, they just started inundating the Nixon administration from all different types of angles. And what's interesting about Watergate, it's a conspiracy within a conspiracy. Because McCord and Hunt, who are the two guys that were busted in Watergate, their goal was to take down Nixon. They wanted to take down Nixon. But there were two agendas at work. And this is actually my third book on sexual political blackmail, because at the heart of Watergate is a CIA sexual honey trap. And what's really interesting, so the burglars broke into Watergate, and there was a secretary from the Democratic National Committee named Maxie Wells. She kept photos of prostitutes in her desk under lock and key. And if you were a Democratic VIP, you would go there and take a look, and then these girls would be at the Columbia Plaza, which was a high-class apartment building. And the CIA had had video or film or whatever.
So you would just walk into this lady's office and she'd be like, check out these ladies.
I mean, I'm sure that there was some kind of secret handshake or code or something like that.
Gotcha.
Probably like, hey, I'd like a hooker. Is there one around? So
do you think these girls are pretty?
So John, the woman that ran that escort
I hear the
service.
cherry blossoms are beautiful this time of year. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, Senator.
I don't know if there was a lot of cherries at that.
Oh, yeah.
But
The cherries are gone.
I think cherries have been gone a long time. But so John Dean's wife, Maureen Dean, was good friends of Heidi Reichen, who ran that escort service, that CIA compromise escort. And actually, G. Gordon Liddy said that she was part of that escort service. And he was sued, but he managed to win it. The first was a hung jury, but then he won the second trial. But anyway, so one of the burglars, Eugenio Martinez, had a key to the desk where the pictures were taken.
Oh, no.
Where the pictures were kept. And when they got busted, their photograph equipment was on her desk. So, but then there was another, so that was the first conspiracy, and that was initiated by...
I'm sorry, when he used the key, did he get rid of those pictures and they were never
No.
found?
He got busted before he could even get into the desk.
Okay.
I mean, they were on them really quickly. And he tried to get rid of the key. He got the shit kicked out of him twice by Carl Schaffler.
Damn.
Who was
Fucking Schaffler.
Carl Schaffler was the cop that was notified that the Watergate break-in was going down.
Why was he trying to take the pictures of the naked ladies?
I think that they wanted to take as many
Compromise
pictures
Democrats, or-
pictures of whatever documentation, women, anything that they possibly could.
And this was a CIA guy stealing the ladies?
Okay, so
Yeah, let's
I'm confused.
hold on.
The lady's name was, what was the wife's name again?
Maureen Dean, John
Maureen
Dean's
Dean.
wife.
Gotcha.
Who's John Dean?
Okay, so John Dean was counsel to the president,
Okay.
and he was the guy that supposedly saw that that the Nixon administration was awash in moral turpitude and corruption.
Gotcha.
And he's the guy, he had a book called, it's actually a great piece of fiction. It's called Blind Ambition. And he was the guy that turned on Nixon in the Nixon administration. And then ultimately it was Nixon's word against Dean's word. But there's quotes or there's tapes of Nixon talking about Dean and Dean lying. I mean, Dean, he's a snaky guy. Mm-hmm. And Maureen Dean was very, very attractive. And John Dean, but she was good friends with Heidi Reichen. And it's what's really interesting is a number of people have thought that she was working as a prostitute for Heidi Riken, or working with Heidi Riken, running her prostitute gig. And now, John Dean's book was Blind Ambition, and Maureen Dean was Watergate, A Woman's Journey. And they both say that they met in L.A., that Maureen Dean was living in L.A. when they met. And then they had a torrid romance, and then Maureen Dean flew to Washington, and then that was it. She moved in with John Dean. But I found an article in the Washington Post where it's talking about her working for the government before that. So either they're lying in their books or the Washington Post is lying, because it's out of the, if you take that chronology in the Washington Post, it's because people have said Maureen Dean was a hooker, but it never made any sense to me, because she flew back to Washington, D.C., and she lived with John Dean. She didn't need to be a hooker to make money. But according to the Washington Post, she was already in Washington, D.C. when she met John Dean. So with that timeline, it's definitely feasible that she could have been a hooker with Heidi Riken. And plus, her and Heidi Riken were very good friends. That's pretty much proven.
Gotcha. So what did they actually nail him for? So you're saying that Nixon, if I'm right or wrong, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's like Nixon's people had this prostitution thing going on, and they tried to expose that, and then he caught them trying to do that.
Okay, so what happened was Nixon didn't know anything.
He didn't know it was okay.
He didn't know anything about any of this.
That's kind of my question.
And actually, the top people in the Nixon administration didn't know about Watergate. They knew nothing about Watergate. And it was Jeb Magruder, who was the acting chairman of the committee to reelect the president. And it was John Dean that sent them in there to the Watergate.
And they were, the story I was always, they were just in there to steal, Democrat, political plans?
Well, dirt.
They were just in there to get dirt on the
dirt. The second time, the first time, actually, there were two break-ins. The first time was dirt. Or the first time was, any kind of documentation. But the second time was definitely dirt.
Okay.
I mean, that's why they had the key to Maxie Wells' deaths.
Yes. But if they were in there to get dirt, I thought they were against Nixon.
Well,
a lot of those guys.
No, they were CIA guys.
Yeah.
All those guys were CIA except for G. Gordon Liddy, the crazy one. But they were all CIA. So the overt plan to get it for them was to get dirt. The plan that Magruder and Dean told them to do was to get dirt. Now, there was a second agenda going on there. Those CIA guys, McCord and Hunt, had infiltrated the Nixon administration, like those assassins in Scarface. And their goal was to get Nixon out of office. And they had the opportunity, because that whole thing was a setup. McCord really hated Nixon, and Hunt didn't like him at all. And just to make sure, they're
going to steal him out of the office.
What's that?
So they kidnap him, steal him out of the office. So how are they going to do it though? Are they just going to plant something, or just look for bad stuff?
Or just intentionally get caught?
They were just going to see how it went out. But then there's the media side of it too, which I can get into a little bit later. But with the CIA guys, they wanted the burglars were Cubans that had worked with the CIA before, but Hunt and McCord were actual agents.
Gotcha.
Now they were ostensibly retired, but they weren't. In the book I show that they're still working with the CIA. So the goal of Dean and Magruder was to get dirt on the Democrats. And some people have speculated that Dean wanted those pictures because his wife was in those pictures. I don't know, but that's what people have speculated. But the CIA guys, that was not their goal. Their goal was to incriminate Nixon. And so at the Watergate, the Democratic National Committee was on the 6th floor. And on the 8th floor was the Federal Reserve Committee or whatever it was, Federal Reserve. And now someone had broken into the Federal Reserve about a month before the first Watergate burglary. And the McCord really tried hard to get busted. So at about midnight, 6 guys in suits signed into the Watergate at midnight and went up to the 8th floor, signed in for the Federal Reserve. But the security guard was like, I think he probably had the IQ of an avocado. He couldn't figure that out at all. So the second time they went in, there was a guy named Baldwin, and he called the DC police. And Carl Schaffler was he was a DC policeman, but he'd also worked for intelligence, probably a little bit of both. And he was a block and a half away. And then when the call came in, they went right to the Watergate, and then they got busted. And Nixon, so those were the two. It was a conspiracy within a conspiracy. The overt conspiracy was to get dirt, and then the CIA's conspiracy, the covert conspiracy, was to get Nixon.
And you're saying Nixon didn't even know about the
no
get dirt plan?
Didn't have a clue. None of those guys did. And that's what they were calling each other. And they go, who sent these guys in? Because Nixon was way ahead of McGovern. I mean, he walloped McGovern. It was going to be probably the biggest landslide up to that point. Reagan's
up till 2024.
True. Why did he get in trouble for people breaking in, though? I don't understand.
What's that?
Why was he? So he got in trouble for somebody
Nixon. Yeah, they sent Watergate was just they sent people into the Democratic committee to steal shit. That's what he got impeached for. He got
blamed for that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was the how it was portrayed.
Okay. That makes sense.
And that's what Nixon left office for, to hit the fucking...
Yeah,
but what happened, what he left office for was obstruction of justice. Because Nixon, I mean, you listen to the tapes of these guys, and they're going like, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, who ordered those guys to break in? Now, Magruder and Dean, who ordered them to break in, kept quiet. So those guys had no idea.
Damn, so there was just like 9 burglars in the building and everyone just
Spider-Man out.
But Nixon, his natural instinct was to cover it up. I mean, he didn't know why anybody broke into the office, or he didn't know some of the other crazy stuff that these guys had done. Yeah. But it was just his political instinct to cover it up. Gotcha. And that's where he got busted. Is he tried to use the CIA, and the CIA double-crossed him. He tried to use the CIA because the FBI launched this investigation, and they found leads to the Nixon administration because of Hunt and McCord. And he tried to get the CIA to play their national security guard to stop the FBI. Now, Richard Helm was head of the CIA at that point, and him and Nixon hated each other. When there would be a cabinet briefing or a National Security Council briefing, Helms was allowed to brief the cabinet members or the National Security Council, but then after that, he had to leave. Nixon had they really hated each other. Now, Richard Helms said, no, we're not going to cover it up. But then Nixon said something about the Kennedy assassination. And actually there's tapes where Nixon is grilling Helms. Who shot John? Who shot John? And so Nixon leveraged them with the Kennedy assassination.
Oh, wow.
And then Helms said, okay, we'll do it. But he didn't. So, and actually the CIA provided more incriminating evidence against Nixon. But Nixon didn't know any of this stuff. All these machinations were just going on below the surface.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had no idea. I thought he got like in trouble for like stealing stuff. I didn't know what happened. I thought like, he actually just stole stuff and got busted and was like, my bad.
I'm not a crook, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a crook.
The thing is, if Dean and Magruder hadn't ordered those break-ins, then Nixon would have
That's what was tied to his,
Yeah,
to get those
would've been-
pictures
And
of their wives, their hot wives.
Yeah.
Their hot wife, and they got busted. We gotta get those naked pictures of our hot prostitute wives out of there. Shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
well, at least they were
naked wives.
adults. I mean, I got to give them that much. You know? They were adults.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, true. Well, yeah.
By today's standards, that was
by
that was
today's
above
standard,
board.
yeah.
Yeah, it was actually very nice of them. Very chivalrous.
So they wanted Nixon out because he was trying to chill out on the Cold War.
Well, he was befriending the communists.
Yeah.
And the Hawks and the CIA and the Department of Defense hated the communists.
Nixon's always portrayed in like modern, every movie he's in. He's like a war hawk. Like
Yeah.
he's always like, we need to nuke them now.
Yeah. Well,
Meanwhile, he was trying to de-escalate.
yes, big time. And he even told the Soviets that he was willing to relinquish Vietnam.
Didn't it end under his administration?
Yeah, Vietnam War?
Yeah.
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 I mean, he bombed the shit out of the Vietnamese
Yeah.
before he did
He
that.
gave that a shot.
But Nixon is kind of split personality. So he really worked hard to do a arms deal with the Soviets because he saw the nuclear escalation. And actually, he cut defense by 64% in his administration. And he did some positive, like OSHA, and he wanted to give health care for everybody, all Americans. He enacted some the Environmental Protection Agency. I mean, that was also a Nixon initiative. He did do some good things. Now we just look at him as evil incarnate. But but it was so. What was really interesting about this is Woodward and Bernstein were essentially the guys that the two reporters that brought him down, and they're the most pathological liars of probably anybody in the entire Watergate saga. It's really interesting. And Ben Bradley was the editor of the Washington Post, and he was a CIA guy too. So, and Woodward was also a CIA guy. Bernstein just wanted money for nothing and chicks for free. I mean, he blew all his money on prostitutes and coke. And he had a tough time after that. But
Bernstein.
And so what's fascinating, I mean, people think that those two are like the Mount Rushmore of journalism. And I mean, what's amazing about them is they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. I mean, a lot of time they need to lie, and I understand that, but they're telling lies when they don't even need to lie. It's kind of amazing.
What were some of their most like egregious lies?
Deep Throat. Okay, Deep Throat was the guy that gave Woodward all the dirt on Nixon to take him down. Mm-hmm. Now,
Why did he call himself Deep Throat, by the way?
What's that?
Why did he call
That
himself
was
Deep
back
Throat?
before it was really fucking. It really was. I remember even as a kid being like, "Why are they calling him Deep Throat?" I don't like that. Didn't they make a porn like
Well,
right
there-
away?
there was-
That like popularized.
Did it really?
That
Yeah.
being like that's
Oh, that's
sexual.
Deep Throat.
Yeah.
There was a very popular porn movie called Deep Throat, and that's what Woodward.
Oh, he just named himself after
Yeah.
it. That's pretty sick.
Oh, he named himself after it.
Well, he named his source Deep Throat.
Oh, okay.
Was the porn out before he named it Deep Throat?
The
Or did
porn,
the porn come from
the
Deep
porn
Throat?
was out, and then there was a Supreme Court battle over it, and then the porn, and then it was
okay.
back in. I
Damn.
believe by the time.
My political
Well.
name would have to be Thick Latina Mommies.
The source, Thick Latina Mommy, is here. He's here to give us all his secrets.
Amateur Latino Mommies.
Stepmom Stuck is here.
Yes, the dossier. So he
Girlfriend
named himself.
experience. Girlfriend experience is here.
He named himself after a porn. That's crazy.
All right,
No,
so
no,
Deep-
he didn't. Woodward named him.
Woodward- after his
Woodward's
favorite porn.
Fucking sick ass.
That's crazy.
That's fucked up. If I was Deep Throat, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Because he was briefing other agents. They'd be like, oh, my source, Deep Throat. Like, all right, dude.
And Deep Throat hid his identity, right? So you
Totally
can't-
hid his identity.
You can't be like, dude, stop calling me Deep Throat. You just have to be like, fuck, I'm Deep Throat now.
But if you briefed all the other guys, you'd be like, well, Deep Throat. They'd be reading the thing like, dude, can you stop calling him Deep Throat, please? Mr. Blue is fine.
Yeah, Mr. Blue works.
But they rolled out a guy named Mark Felt who was severely impaired by Alzheimer's and said this was deep throat.
Yes.
And actually, I think deep throat was a composite. I think that Woodward was getting. I mean, Woodward's tapped into intelligence. He was naval intelligence.
Okay, so I'm sorry, for everybody that's not familiar with Watergate, Deep Throat was Woodward's inside source on all the stuff that broke to the Washington Post.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Woodward said that he had this elaborate system that he'd contact Deep Throat, that he would move this flower pot on his balcony. Okay, so his apartment faced a courtyard. So Deep Throat couldn't have just driven by and seen the balcony. He would have to go behind the parking lot. And here's where it really gets problematic. If Mark Felt was fired 6 months before the most incriminating stuff on Nixon came out, the tapes. And so he, according to Woodward's, I mean, no one said this, but he was driving in from Virginia every day, going behind Woodward's building and looking up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's total bullshit. I mean, it's
and there was never, and they never even found the identity of. So that seems kind of weird to me, to be a journalist and be like, I have a secret source.
Yeah.
And then write it as fact.
Yes.
That seems outrageous. You can literally make anything up and say, I have a secret source.
And especially, I mean, with all the lies that I catch them in. And then it's kind of interesting, if Deep Throat ostensibly wanted to contact Woodward, he would take the New York Times and then he'd put the time, a clock on whatever page, and then the paper would be delivered to Woodward. But the problem is, all the New York Times that went to that particular apartment building were just put in a pile.
Yeah.
they weren't. They weren't put in front of Woodward's door. So the whole thing about Woodward is, and what happened was, as Watergate started taking a toll on the Nixon administration, he had to start firing people. He fired his chief of staff, Haldeman. He fired his domestic czar, John Ehrlichman. He had to fire his attorney general, Richard Kleindienst. And Alexander Haig was such a great shapeshifter. He had been in that administration because he'd worked for Nixon, or worked for Kissinger at the National Security Council. And Nixon really liked him. Haig hated Nixon, but Haig was a really cunning sociopath. So he became Nixon's chief of staff, which was the biggest mistake that Haldeman ever made, H.R. Haldeman. When he got fired, he said, well, try Alexander Haig. And it was Alexander Haig that provided the really incriminating stuff.
Gotcha.
But here's the thing. Woodward and Haig lied. They said they hadn't met each other until 1973. And Woodward was debriefing Haig in the 1960s when Woodward was with Naval Intelligence. So that...
Woodward was Naval Intelligence before he became a journalist?
Yeah. And here's what...
Free Nixon, bro.
Yeah, true.
So what's interesting is, and I'll tell you just how crazy the Woodward story is. So Woodward, he graduates from Yale, and he's accepted to Harvard Law School. And then he ostensibly goes to the Washington Post after he's been accepted to Harvard Law School and says, I'd really like to be a reporter. I tell you what, I'm gonna, how about if I write for you guys for 2 weeks? And then if you don't like it, you don't even have to pay me. And if you don't like it, then I'll leave. So that was the deal that was ostensibly made with the Washington Post. And then they put him, ultimately he ended up in the AAA system of the Washington Post in a weekly in Maryland. And he drove a Carmen Ghia. He lived in a very nice apartment. There's no way that he could, and I demonstrate this in the book, there's no way that he could have paid. Woodward was definitely a spy at that point.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's no way he was making that
And
money.
then the Washington Post brought him back. And then 9 months later, he and Bernstein broke open Watergate.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's they tell all kinds of other lies, but Deep Throat is definitely the biggest lie that they tell.
Do you think the stuff happening to Trump now might be some sort of interference operation or what?
I don't know.
You said it, brother. Yeah. I was waiting to ask, and I was like, I don't know.
I was curious. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't. It's really hard to know with Trump. I don't see how that guy cannot be compromised myself. I mean,
but it does have the thing that reminds me of it is like the hallmarks of like JFK and Nixon, where it's like, let's de-escalate with Russia, let's de-escalate with North Korea and China. Like, why are we? You know what I mean? It seems to be that.
I'm willing to keep my mind open on that.
Yeah.
His tax bill was probably the biggest redistribution of wealth that we've ever experienced in the United States in a short period of time. So he did help the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. He's also circled in Epstein's black book.
Yeah. Right.
Which is pretty incriminating. And he denied being with Epstein, but an Epstein victim has come forward and said that she'd talked to another Epstein victim. They were adults, but that Trump had been kind of hard on the one victim. So
hard on how so?
Just a little rough.
Sexually rough.
Yeah.
I knew it was dynamo in the sack.
I mean, we're not talking leather and S&M type stuff.
Yeah. You just put a hurting on a lady at Epstein's Island. Yeah, I would say, if you're on the, he was pretty good pals.
They were really good pals. And it's tough to know. He said that he heard that Epstein.
I heard he broke it off after the first one when Epstein got arrested in Florida.
Well, he ostensibly broke it off before then.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Donald Trump has problems with veracity, so it's difficult to know.
Has there been any connections of him and Epstein after that? Like when he said they were done being friends?
He took Epstein's plane.
After that?
Yeah, after that. And he was also visited Epstein's house. A deposition from Epstein's brother, Mark, talks about that.
Damn.
So he did lie. Trump did lie about that.
Yeah.
Got you. With Gates, and Gates revisited him too, didn't he?
Well, here's the thing with Bill Gates.
Yes.
The media cover story on him is that they met in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
The Evening Standard did an article on Epstein in 2001. And according to that article, Gates and Epstein were doing business in the 90s.
Damn.
So there's a lot that's been covered up about Epstein. And there's guys like me that really want to get at the truth, but the government and the media are just fond of kicking out salacious details. And it's really hard to get to the truth because there's been so many lies. But when I think about Trump being prosecuted or persecuted, I do think about Nixon being persecuted. I believe, here's the thing with Nixon. He wanted to de-escalate the arms race. He wanted to open up China so he could use China against Russia. I mean, that was his thing, and it was working for sure. But then he backed Pinochet, who was a genocidal dictator. He backed Suharto, who was a genocidal dictator, and then Pol Pot. The Chinese were down with Pol Pot, and he wanted to appease the Chinese, so he tacitly backed Pol Pot.
But was that CIA doing that, or that was him?
That was Nixon.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the CIA ultimately did things that enabled it.
They got it done. Yeah.
So
gotcha.
With Nixon, it's not. The media has sold Nixon as good versus evil, but it's not quite that simple.
Yeah.
And the media has also said that it was the left that toppled Nixon when it was actually the right that really had the means, motive, and opportunity.
Yeah.
Initially, I mean, eventually the left got involved, but after the right had inflicted a tremendous amount of damage on him.
Dang. Yeah, I had no idea. I never really asked. I didn't know much about Watergate. I thought he just got caught doing something kind of bad. And
Yeah, everything that, like I said when we started, everything that you know about Watergate is a lie.
Damn.
Just about everything.
Shit.
Let's take a pee break.
Yeah, I do have to pee really badly.
Quick break.
Quick break, yes.
It can be easy. Hey, I'm joshing. Eat your chicken, dude. It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up after the winter. What's the right amount of socializing for you? How do you recharge? Maybe you thrive around people, or maybe you need some more time alone. Therapy can give you the self-awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery. Personal endorsement. Golly.
Yeah, man. You got to fucking figure all these questions
You
out.
got to answer these questions. Otherwise, you're going to spread yourself.
Yep.
Last thing you want is to be spread. You don't want to be spread, dude. You ever been spread?
Yeah, you be careful. No, thank God I would.
Right now, I've been spread. Thankfully,
spread?
I've been home lately, but I was
Sure, yeah,
spread.
you
I
get
was
spread out, yeah.
gaping in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, true. I'll spread myself out a lot of times, family, and then I'll just.
Spread yourself in front of your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. At Thanksgiving, you come there, you spread in front of everyone.
I'm like a turkey on the table.
You can just lay down, put an apple in your mouth, and just spread. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient and flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief. It's so funny thinking of them getting this ad reads. Brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. And you know that's something me and Matt love the most about BetterHelp.
True.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/MSSP today to get 10% off your first month. And that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/MSSP, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Think about your dad coming down at Thanksgiving and fucking spread himself.
I just like to switch up. They're like, you're narcissistic bipolar. I go, next. Try again.
Nope, wrong.
I demand another. All right, here we go. Ever experienced the agony of harsh smoke, throat burning, or coughing attacks when smoking cannabis? The struggle is real, but the solution is chilly. That's right. I'm talking about the smoothest way to light up, and that's with Freeze Pipe. Freeze Pipe makes a unique line of freezable pipes, bubblers, and bongs that are 80% colder than using ice cubes to chill smoke. The magic is in freezable glycerin. The magic is freezable glycerin chambers that come on every piece. Simply, Paul.
Is that what?
Simply pop the chamber in the freezer for 1 hour, and as smoke passes through, it's instantly chilled by over 300 degrees. So every puff arrives ice cold and cough free. Yeah, I mean, dude, we can joke around all we want. Those things cool down smoke. You can't deny it. It is what it is. Those are just the facts. American owned and with over 100,000 happy customers, Freeze Pipe uses the thickest glass and market-leading glycerin chambers for a smoother experience you have to feel to believe. Ditch harsh smoke forever by visiting thefreezepipe.com and use code DRENCHED for 10% off your order. That's thefreezepipe.com and code DRENCHED for 10% off. Shop today for free shipping and smoke like royalty without paying a king's ransom.
Lucy is made for your nicotine routine and delivered straight to your door. It's 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco-free. You can choose your preferred form, pouches, breakers, or gum, and you can choose your strength from 2 milligrams to 12 milligrams. 12's a lot. And I'll tell you what, I know some hockey players that would like that.
Yo, yeah.
Flavors include mint, apple ice. That's the hockey player's favorite.
True.
Espresso, mango, and more. Save yourself from the weekly gas station stop and sign up for a monthly subscription, which saves you 15%. No commitment. Cancel anytime.
Yes.
Avoiding the gas station stop is very nice.
Yeah, man.
That's big for Lucy.
Yeah, I might get in a fight.
Personal endorsement. I go to the gas station sometimes for my gas station fix. I don't like it. That's why I switched to Lucy, and I like Lucy.
Yep. You don't have to talk to any ruffians that might be hanging out there.
The ruffians there, yes.
Careful.
The product that sets Lucy apart is Lucy Breakers. It's nicotine pouches, but with a tiny capsule inside. That capsule contains a liquid flavor that saturates the pouch before it's even in use. Oh, fucking saturate some lady's pouch. Break it in with your teeth and boom, instant nicotine release when you need it. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/drench and use promo code DRENCH to get 20% off your first order. Lucy offers free shipping and has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Lucy.co and use code DRENCHED to get 20% off and always free shipping.
Straight
and
up.
here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Shit. Oh, please. Also, this week I'll be in Las Vegas. Please come. Wise Guys, Las Vegas. Go to mattmccusker.com for tickets. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other shows. Please come. Bye. Yep.
Just don't even ask. Stick
Get
your
in there.
fucking beak in the camera.
Well,
Get in there.
sorry. That'll be quick. Me, Lemaire, and Nate's show is on May 7th at the Creek in the Cave. If you're in Austin, Texas, please come.
Those have been really fun shows.
Yeah, they
they've
are.
been great. The
And
next
now
one's-
Nate's with you guys.
Nate's with us. It's a 3-man team now.
You guys are, yeah.
Pause.
Resume.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't ever backtalk Matt
sorry,
like that
sorry,
again.
Matt. Sorry. And
No,
please
it's
come to Raleigh at Good Nights in Raleigh on June 6th. Thank
Oh,
you.
God. Now we got a big shot touring comic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wish. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, before we get into the Watergate stuff,
Yeah, we'll do this as like a precursor almost. Almost. There you go. Yeah, we'll do it as a precursor.
yeah, because a lot of the people listening to this are young men that just young men that have never really heard of Watergate or have just a brief summary of some names and what the overall scandal, or at least is portrayed as.
The official narrative. Yeah.
Okay, the official narrative with Watergate is Richard Nixon sanctioned Watergate, and the burglars got busted. And then Nixon tried to cover it up. And then that's ultimately what he was taken down for, is obstruction of justice.
Okay.
But the real Watergate story is Nixon didn't have a clue that those guys were breaking in to the Watergate. He had a couple of guys on his staff, Jeb Magruder, who was acting chairman for the committee to re-elect the president, and John Dean, who was counsel to the president. Those two guys sanctioned the Watergate break-ins. And the burglars, G. Gordon Liddy and was the only one that wasn't CIA. All those burglars were CIA guys or CIA assets or had been CIA assets. G. Gordon Liddy was the only one, and he'd worked for the FBI. So Liddy was the point man, and Liddy thought that breaking into the Watergate was coming from Nixon's attorney general, John Dean, or John Mitchell.
Right.
He had no idea that it was coming from Jeb Magruder and John Dean. So they sent the burglars in the first time to get as much information on the Democrats. Now, the Watergate was the sixth floor of the Democratic National Committee was on the Democratic National Committee was on the sixth floor of the Watergate. And the burglars broke in the first time, and they were looking for like democratic strategies, things like that.
Gotcha.
And then they broke in a second time.
The first time they broke in, they didn't get caught.
They did not get caught. No.
And this was how long before the second break-in?
About 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then 3 weeks later, they were ordered to get as much dirt as they possibly could. And the Democratic National Committee was connected to a brothel that was a CIA honey trap. And what happened was the secretary at the Democratic National Committee had in her desk, she had pictures of a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah.
And Democratic VIPs would check out the pictures
So
of the
funny they
prostitutes.
got busted doing that. So that was a whole separate issue. Yeah, so we got that one.
All right.
Yeah, we got that one.
I think we're good.
Yeah, so we have the preamble.
Let's fire it up right back to where we were, which was, what were we talking about? Yeah, Bill Gates.
Easy.
All right. we just got done talking about Bill Gates' connection with Epstein back in the 90s.
Yeah.
What bothers me about Gates, have you guys ever tried to get a hold of a human if you've had a problem with Word?
Oh, it's the worst, dude. Or you know what happened one time? What happens is they'll do a thing where you'll just like an Indian guy will just take over your computer. Like I was like moving my mouse and my mouse would start going to the left and I'd be like, what the fuck? And he was like, sir, please stop. Yeah, they'll just, if you gotta give them permission, they'll just get into your computer and start fucking going nuts on it.
You've gone through, I've never been
It
able
took
to
a lot for me to get that though. I was chatbot after chatbot.
If they got into my computer, dude.
Yeah, and
They
eventually.
could ruin all of my total war campaigns.
Dude, you could
You
tank
could start a war with Russia, dude. I don't want that.
You know, here's what
your
I
own
mean.
Watergate.
There's a number of things that bother me about Bill Gates, but one of the preeminent things is he's buying all this land.
Yeah.
Why can't he put a call center? You know, on one of those acres. I mean, if he just spent a little of his money and made a call center in Idaho.
Or have the dudes like hoeing all the strawberries, the Bluetooth, and they could do two at once.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
But not Billy. He's got because I'm a writer and I rely on Microsoft Word, unfortunately.
Dude,
and I had some problems with it about 6 months ago, and I desperately tried to talk to humans.
Yeah.
Can you find your Word documents that you save on the OneDrive? If I save anything on OneDrive, I can't find it. I don't know where it is on my computer. Sorry, we don't have to talk about computer
No.
files.
Well, I mean, I can try to give you. I can try to give you some tips.
I can't find the file afterwards. I'm stumped. I'm currently stumped. I try to
You
send.
lost your files.
I just try to like they're there, but then I try to email them to someone as an attachment, and it's just like, where is it? I'm
You
like,
need
I
a call
don't know.
center.
I do.
You desperately need
You got to
a call
let
center.
the engines into your computer, and those just start.
Yeah, they'll get it.
They'll get in there. Which I don't know how it even got in there. That was kind of nuts. I was like, what? Get out of my fucking mouse.
I mean, Gates wasn't making enough money selling Microsoft Word. Now we have to rent it, and then
Yeah, the suite.
there's no call center. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that might be his most, honestly, out of everything he's accused of, that might be the worst.
Was he ever accused of laying with ladies at Epstein's?
He's been outed that way.
Yeah.
Not with Epstein, but with some other scenarios.
Okay.
But if he's been outed in other scenarios, I mean, why wouldn't?
Yeah,
he
why
be?
wouldn't he do
Yeah,
it?
then his wife was the one who like blasted him on the Epstein stuff
Actually,
which is a good God.
according to the media, she left him
because of it.
because of the Epstein stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
who
he and
knows,
Epstein
yeah.
went back to the 1990s.
damn.
Instead of 2011. There's so much bullshit that's been manufactured about Epstein and so much salacious dirt. It's really unfortunate. You've got a guy that trafficked children for 25 years, and our media, no one in the mainstream media has called for any justice for any of those victims.
No,
yeah,
that's,
well, it became right wing to even care about it.
that's been not for
that's
sure.
what happened. If you
that
care
became
about it, you're
also
right-wing.
that's a big thing we talk about a lot on this. Is like we don't do anything about it. The only thing you can do with Epstein is just on a podcast be like, "The fuck?
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah, true.
They killed him. We knew they were gonna kill him,
Yeah,
and he trafficked kids, and no one. Yeah, that's as far as we get.
There's a couple of things with Epstein that people just don't know. Okay, 'cause there's the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund that where a lot of Epstein's money went, and 225 victims applied for money. 150 were given. 150 were given money, and 8 decided not to take the deal. So ultimately, 142 were given money.
Damn. Can you imagine being cheap with that money?
But think of all the girls that he trafficked, and only 225 were come
Yeah.
forward. But there's a couple other things. If you take any money from that fund, you've got to sign an NDA.
Oh.
Where you cannot name any of the perpetrators. And also, I know 2 psychologists, and one of them is very eminent. She's in the world of psychology, she's quite the superstar. She's counseled a woman, and then another psychologist is counseled a woman. They were under 10 years old when they were trafficked by Epstein. And one actually described Epstein's home and then talked about a park that was by his house and a number of things. And she was under 10 years old. And then I know of one other, I mean, these two psychologists I know pretty well, but then I know of another account too that I've been told of another account from someone who's, I think, legitimate, but I just haven't been able to corroborate it. So you've got the Epstein Victims Compensation Fund is a huge cover-up tool.
Damn.
It's being used to do what the government can't, to get these girls to shut up. And you've got to, and according to the government and the mainstream media, the youngest Epstein victim was 14 years old. So if you're going to apply for that fund and you're younger than 14, they're not going to give you any money. And we have no idea of how it works. We have no idea what the criteria is. It's behind it's in a black hole, essentially.
It's weird that they're not. Why would it's not weird. We know why, but it's clear it's a cover up. They're not being open about anything. This should all be like you said. You filed for Freedom of Information Act and all that. This should be public, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
it's like, what's the point of being like we can't tell anyone what
pretty
happened?
useful to know, in terms of like voting for politicians.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, you raped a kid.
Yeah, did you rape a kid?
Yeah, you're out, dude.
We can't vote for you.
Yeah.
I wrote a book called The Franklin Scandal, which is basically Epstein is a carbon copy of the Franklin Scandal. It was about a child trafficking network. We talked about that the first time I was on your show. Mm-hmm. And this time around, I mean, I was on to Epstein in 2012, and I got his black book in 2012.
Yeah.
And I ultimately published it. Gawker helped me publish it in 2015, but it took me 3 years to get that book published. It's kind of interesting. Once the book was put, nobody wanted to touch the book.
Yeah.
And but once the book was published, the floodgates opened on the book.
Yeah.
And I started an organization, a 501c3 called Epstein Justice. And what we're trying to do is to get a commission formed to actually look at the perpetrators. We want the perpetrators to be accountable, and we want to know why the government is covering up child trafficking. We have two simple objectives. We want the perpetrators prosecuted, and we want the government to tell us why it's covering up child trafficking.
Yeah, like why did they seal the original case when he got busted the first time? That all got sealed, didn't it? The very first case way back when.
A lot of that was sealed. I mean, I was able to get a lot of documents from the police and also the feds. They're floating around out there. I mean, the feds, when Epstein was originally busted, the Palm Beach Police Department started investigating in 2006. And then about a year later, they they were going to arrest Epstein on 5 counts of child abuse. And they knew they had statements from 5 minors, but they knew of 17 others. So there were 22 minors there. And then that case got taken away from them and it was put into a grand jury. And how grand juries work is a special prosecutor is chosen for a grand jury, and he's the one that presents evidence to the grand jurors who they're just regular citizens that have shown up for jury duty. And so grand juries have been notoriously easy to hijack because you just show them the evidence that you want to show them. So although, and the special prosecutor for the Florida grand jury, Barry Kirshner, he called one victim and skewered her, even though he knew about 22, even though law enforcement. Now, when it went to the feds, they had a list, and I've got that list of over 30 victims. And they didn't indict Epstein on 1 count of child abuse.
Jesus.
And it's interesting. A lot of your listeners might know this, but Alexander Acosta was the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida. And he became Trump's labor secretary. And when the Trump administration was vetting him, they asked him why he went so light on Epstein. And he said, I was told that Epstein was intelligence and it was above my pay grade. He actually said that, and he's never denied saying that.
What?
Yeah, he said that.
Shit. That's
so
crazy.
unfortunately, there's a rogue element of our intelligence that blackmails people. And it happened in Watergate. It happened in the Franklin scandal. And then it happened with Confessions of a DC Madam. So this is actually, Watergate's actually my third book on CIA sexual blackmail. And I don't really want to write another one at this point. I mean, I'm kind of done now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to start writing about fishing.
That'd be nice.
Fishing and picnics.
Fantasy would be a nice, like fantasy novel would be nice.
I think my mind is probably too dark for that, but given what I've exposed it to the last, I've been at this for 22 years, so
Yeah.
it's been kind of a slog. But Epstein justice, every American knows that something is wrong with the Epstein case.
Yeah.
There's three. If you've got a pathology, there's three ways. There's three phases. There's awareness. There's acceptance. There's action. And now we're at the point where Americans have to accept that the government covered this up. And then at that point, and that's a jumping off point for action.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, nobody believed that I think you got to be pretty entrenched in like the TV news to be like, no, the police were going to arrest him and penalize him, and he killed himself. It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He did pick a convenient time to kill himself.
True.
Yeah.
I
And the guards left and the cameras turned off.
And he got depressed, and he's like,
And he
what's
got
the
sad.
point? What the fuck?
He missed the guards.
and then his serial killer cellmate was taken out.
Yeah.
And
Damn, he had a cellmate? I didn't even know that.
what's that?
He was bunking up with the guy?
Yeah, with the guy that had killed multiple people. I think maybe the Bureau of Prisons was hoping that.
Yeah, that guy would get it done.
I mean, they're in pretty close. You're in pretty close proximity with a multiple killer. Multiple.
They're probably shaking his cage, rattling his cage,
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
get every day at lunch, be like, yeah, fuck you, pussy.
You
You
won't
won't do it. You
fucking
won't
kill
fucking
anyone."
kill anyone ever again. You're soft, bitch. Here, take this knife.
That's crazy. Yeah, he was there with a serial killer.
It's this guy was a former police officer who'd killed some people.
Yeah, those guys go rogue, dude.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you could call him a serial. I don't know. A serial killer. I think he killed
He
like
was a
three
killer.
people.
Yeah, he was a
We
killer.
got one here right now. In
I
Austin.
heard
In
about
Austin,
the
really?
Austin killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they found 2 bodies like last week.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares because apparently it's gay guys. So everyone's going, it doesn't matter.
They suspect he's gay because he only kills like young adult males
Oh,
that
okay.
leave like bars on Rainy Street.
And that's where you frequent.
That's not where I frequent.
Careful, Sean.
Sean, be
I'll
careful.
catch him.
You might catch him. You might, with
I'll
your
lure
wrestling
him
background.
in, yeah, and I'll catch him.
Did you ever hear about the
Pin his
Bring
lake?
ass.
him to justice.
My friend was telling me this weekend there's a lake somewhere in Georgia called like not Rainier, some sort of lake where apparently it had something to do with like the slave trade back in the day and blah blah blah. But all these like younger kids will be partying on the lake and they just go under. And they'll ask their friends like, was your friend like hammered? Like, nah, I look fine. So there's the local lore that like there's these ghosts of slaves that are just like pulling down white partiers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, I heard about that. I was like, damn, that's so scary.
That's very scary.
Like ghosts
Get
of
your
slaves.
ass down. Get your ass down, motherfucker.
Better work on your breaststroke.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Now this is racist, but you'd think you'd be able to outswim. You think that's white's territory. You go, oh, we're in the water now, dude. You've entered the white's domain.
You've had your 5th white claw. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go.
Come here, boy.
A ghoul.
You're on a paddleboard. You're like, get off me.
Oh shit.
My
Either way.
first major investigation was into a
I
serial
thought you
killer.
liked that.
I love it.
My first major investigation was I'm from Minneapolis, and I
Sure.
wrote for the Weekly, and there was a crazy woman who she ran an organization called Whisper, and she tried to mainstream prostitutes, get them out of the life. But she was so crazy that it was hard to listen to her, and she was saying that there's serial killer killing prostitutes, but nobody really listened to her because she was so crazy. And then I decided, well, I'm going to look into this. And I was able to find, I think it was like 46 women, mostly prostitutes, that have been stabbed, strangled, or beaten to death in the previous 8 years. Now, law enforcement had denied that there was a serial killer, but then I showed them my list, which was really difficult to put together.
Yeah.
I showed them my list and I said, I went to the Minneapolis Police Department. I went to the St. Paul Police. I said, you guys really want to say that there's no serial killer? And then they kind of copped to it, but then it was a task force was formed.
Oh, wow. Did they ever get the guy?
In the wake of that article. No. And they're really hard to catch.
Yeah.
If they're good. I mean, if they're stupid, you can get them
Yeah.
after one or two.
True, yeah.
But if they're Ted Bundy or someone,
Was Dahmer in Minneapolis?
he was in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. He's in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, I can remember I was at this really nice little island in Lake Superior called Madeline Island. And the guys that I was staying with, they don't have like televisions or radios or anything. I mean, it's pretty rustic, and it's really cool to do a lot of it. There's berry picking and fishing, all kinds of stuff.
It's awesome. Berry picking's nice. I did it this year. It's very relaxing. Pick blueberries. It was fantastic.
It's we were definitely picking blueberries.
That's nice.
It was awesome.
And I came back to civilization, and I stopped off at a diner, and that's when Jeffrey Dahmer had been outed. And I was reading the newspaper, and I thought to myself, welcome back to civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
He's a cannibal.
But the FBI says that there's like 50 of them at any given time in the United States.
50 serial killers kicking around?
But I think that it's probably closer to 200.
Jesus Christ.
It's kind of interesting. Our culture, I mean, serial killers are in all cultures, but our culture seems to mass produce them more than other countries.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Well, what would be your insights into that?
About why we have more serial killers?
Yeah.
Because we're number one.
True. We're the best.
We're
Yeah,
the
we
best
are
at
the
literally
best.
everything. School shooters.
Yeah, we are the best.
We're number one.
Do we? So we definitely have the most serial. Like how far is our lead?
I think Japan covers them up. I think Asia covers them up and says, no, there's no murders here.
Yeah.
I think we got quite the head start. If it's a 50-yard
We
dash,
celebrate ours. They hide theirs.
it's
True.
there was
Russia gets after it, don't they? I think there's a lot
there
of
was that
Russian
Russian
boys.
Chikatilo who
Yeah.
killed in excess of like 100 people.
The guy here is, and he's putting them all in Lady Bird. He puts all the bodies in the same spot.
Really, I mean that
Yeah,
should
the cops just go and let's set up let's get some fucking
True.
trail cams out there.
Yeah.
It's not that you guys don't even have to wait outside. Just put a camera up.
Yeah, right by the lake.
Go, who's dumping sweet gardinis into the Ladybird Lake?
He's looking at the camera.
Party boys. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. They got me.
Yeah, that's that
so
shit creeps me out.
has
man.
he? You would think that if they knew where he's dumping them,
You would think.
that would be
It'd be kind of easy.
put a camera there and
What is it?
The United States apparently has had 3,615 total serial killers. Second place is Russia with 196.
Damn.
We're the best.
that's quite a lead. Yeah.
I think that also could do with
Could be
law enforcement
misinformation.
here.
Catching.
At least investigating. I think if you're, and this is starting in what, like the 60s, 70s is when serial killers started getting rowdy?
Yeah, I mean they were happening before then, but
Yeah. But I mean,
But
like getting caught
yeah.
and being like in the news. We had media and people looking out for it.
We have more
You could be in the middle of fucking Russia killing people and no one would ever. You go village to village. They go, yeah, that guy's gone.
Chikatilo was doing that though, the
Yeah.
Russian serial killer.
But
Yeah.
we have more
No,
like
it's
shooters. We have more. I guess that's
Soviet,
because
yeah.
we have all them guns.
But the guns thing. What's interesting is Canada has pretty much the same amount of guns per capita as U.S.
Really?
and they're not shooting people like we shoot people.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I wonder what the hell it is. Red food coloring, red food dye. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is just
Too much
I think
MTV.
it's
What's your theory?
Too much Beavis and Butthead.
True.
South Park. And Marilyn Manson.
I think it's people eating McDonald's.
Yeah, I was going to say tuna
McDonald's.
chicken nuggets. I was just thinking the same thing.
You do go nuts if you have nuggets.
Dipping your fries into a frosty. And you're just,
You go, I should kill that bitch. This
my-
reminds me of a knife into a hooker.
My theory on McDonald's, it's all made out of the same substance. It's just at different temperatures. Now, I could be wrong. It's Soylent Green. I mean, I should add that too. Would your generation know what Soylent Green is?
I've heard of it. It was that one-stop shop. Like, you could just drink the shake and it replaced food, basically.
No, actually, it was a movie where the population had kind of escalated and they were recycling people. Vis-a-vis lunch, breakfast, and dinner.
They have a thing called Soylent that I sort of got. It's like a meal replacement.
It was a Charlton Heston movie, actually.
Dang. It's kind of fucked up to name the shake after that.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
It was before he became president of the NRA.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That is a mystery to ponder. Why would we have the most serial killers? Our rough competitive edge.
I bet we have the most of literally everything.
True. The best.
I bet we have the most pedophiles. I bet we got it on lock. Everything. Best slam dunks. Most slam dunks.
True. Everyone in their own way has to aspire to greatness.
You got to do something crazy.
It's true.
Well, what's interesting is the United States, I think, is the most spiritual country and the most material country. There's more spiritual options here than I think anywhere else. But yet there's also a rampant materialism.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe all that materialism begets that. You know, you go, why do I need all this shit? I need to find something.
Well, your materialism begot me starting a podcast. So it's kind of interesting. I'm a really bad speller. I was really dyslexic as a kid, and I can't really spell. If it wasn't for spell check, there's no way I could have been a professional writer. Yeah. So I was at a buddy's place, and he had one of those Macs, and he put spell check on, and he said, and I watched the spell check correct all the words. And I thought, I got to get one of those. So I got a Mac. And then I moved to New York, and I'd covered this conference on genetic engineering. And I was writing an article about telomeres. They're like the egglets on the end of your chromosome. And every time a cell divides, the telomere shortens, and that's what determines your obsolescence. So I plugged telomere into her search engine. This was even before Google. And then there was all these hits on telomeres, and I got a bunch of information about it, and I was able to write the article. But as soon as I saw those hits on telomeres, I said, I got to get one of those. That kind of was a Freudian. And then I did your tits. And then I did your podcast, and you told me how much money you make, and I said, I got to get one of those.
You saw our tits.
You saw our sweet tits.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's get some closing arguments here. What are you thinking about? What do you want to close on? Watergate, Epstein,
future of the country.
I would say your listeners go to Epstein Justice and check us out. And, it'd be helpful if you bought my Watergate book. Actually, it'd be helpful if you bought any of my books. And it's good to be back with you guys.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Man. Awesome.